Good morning, good afternoon, and hello, everybody. I see Sora in the chat. I see Paris. I'm about to explain. Sora, give me a second. Pull myself up first. Hi. Wow, that's super delayed. What the hell? Something going on with my facial tracking here. Oh well. Anyways, what is Fearfest? Also, hi Indra. Essentially, it's we're gonna be watching. It's an event for horror games, and we're gonna be watching a presentation for some upcoming horror games. Now, there's a couple of things. If you put in the chat ! Bingo, you can play a bingo card. There are two here. If you type !FF, you can get more information. And we have a special emote that was done by one of the artists for following. It's this new one, FF Yan. So, yeah. I don't know why this is having issues, but it seems to be okay now. Let me see if I... Hold on, actually. If I... Okay. I don't know if that's any better, but I tried. Keyword is I tried. Sorry if my voice sounds a little hoarse. I'm not used to being up, like, streaming, like, an hour after I wake up. I was up late editing last night. Anyways, enjoy the new emote. Enjoy the show with me. And this thing's going to start soon. So I think, without delaying any further, I'm just going to switch over to that screen. And then we will get started. As you see, we're a little early. There's still some time until it starts. He'll hydrate, you got it. I got water and I have sparkling ice. There's a frog in my throat. I think it's Tina. Yeah, I usually do too, but I usually need like a couple hours to like to like get ready. Cookie run, is that like a mix of a cookie clicker and a runner? Is that like both? Oh, I gotta drop my link, my co-streamer link to the peoples. There we go. There's a lot of streamers who are co-streaming as well. So I'm not the only one. There's a couple of VTubers in there, which is kind of awesome. Um, Auto Runner Gotcha game where all the characters are cookies and it's okay. Anyways, folks, if I can clear my throat, Tina, get out of my throat. Get out of my throat. Okay, I think I'm pretty much cleared up now. I have water. I have drink. I should be okay. Room temperature water, which is actually better for your throat, I think, than having cold water. I need to plan these better. Any Digimon Ghost game in? Yeah, Piedmon got a creepy next time. Tell 10. Keep stuff in your mouth for too long. There's another presentation I haven't watched yet either. But this week's kind of busy for presentations. There's a few happening. Apparently, there's a Sony one happening at some point. I don't know when. They haven't really announced it. But apparently, one's happening this week. Uh, on Thursday, apparently, there's a Disney Marvel game showcase on Friday, and then Saturday is Ubisoft Forward. So there's a couple of things. If there's any presentations I missed, guys, please drop them in the suggestions section in my Discord, and I'll see if I'll watch them. I'm interested to see what's going to be in the Disney showcase. Maybe they'll show a little bit more of Kingdom Hearts 4. Oh, maybe they'll show more Marvel stuff. Well, obviously, Marvel's going to be in the name. But if it's Marvel focused and they show Kingdom Hearts 4, that means we can confirm that Marvel, the MCU, is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, that's what I heard. Nintendo's doing something as well. I would just be, I wouldn't get too hyped because it is a Disney Marvel game showcase. So the only reason I'm saying Kingdom Hearts might show up is if it does, that means we might get the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Kingdom Hearts 4, which would be cool. I want them to put Star Wars in it. There's no reason for them not to now. Especially since Disney and Star Wars have a history already. Before that, even before they acquired it. I want a Star Wars world. I think that I think Sora getting a lightsaber keyblade would be hilarious. Sorry, you guys all have to hear me clear my throat. But this thing's about to start. We got about less than a minute left. Let me just make sure I am not behind. I am not. I am on time. Okay, cool. All right. I hope you guys are ready, because I sure am. All right. I think... All right. I think I'm ready to unmute this now. Are you guys ready for some horror? I think it's going to be good. Let's see. All right. Taking it off mute now. Is that loud enough for you guys? Oh no, a creepypasta. Chain sword ready. Okay.
Okay. Mic check 1 2. Sorry, I have only one.
That's okay.
Wait a second. Okay. Hello everybody. This is me, Howard, and we're the Creepypasta Busters, and we bust creepypastas, something like that. And today we're here in Krakow for
Haunted USB stick. So they say there's some eldritch horrors on an USB stick that was so dangerous that it's hidden somewhere on the parking lot in Krakow in Poland.
Yeah, and we're here to find it. One of our fans just texted us that he know which one USB stick it is. So let's bust another creepypasta. Yay!
Yay! Howard, I'm low-key hungry. Have you seen any places to eat?
Polish restaurants.
Nice.
Sold around the counter.
Okay.
Okay, so we're here for like, I don't know, 30 minutes, and it started to rain. Really, there's nothing here. Waste of time, I guess. So
He's going over there. It says don't enter.
What's that?
Well, since there's nothing here, which means there's everything here, that's probably just a
Why would it be in
prank.
English in Poland?
Oh.
Is English a regular language there?
It's not a prank.
Okay.
That's nice.
Are they gonna go into the forest?
Oh, hi, I'm Lottie. I'm the social media specialist at Feardemic. That means I run our edgy TikTok.
Hello.
You might be asking yourself, you're like super energetic and covered in pastels, so like, why are you here? Here's the thing. Because I fucking love horror, and the fact that you're here implies that you do too. So without further ado, welcome to Feardemic's Fearfest. What is a Fearfest, you might ask? Well,
Oh, is that the
it's a celebration
is that the
of
lady you've been
all
talking
things
to?
Horror, horror, horror. Are you hooked yet? Well, you better be. Sit back, grab a snack, and get comfy, because we're about to get this show on the road.
You got a refractor shard. Yukim_Sora cheered. X69.
Thanks, Sakura for the thanks Yuki for the bits. Bluebird. Ooh. Moonshine tasting place, nice. Get the pickle moonshine. Do it. Oh, it's been a while, so I forgot which one I'm supposed to use. Fears.
They say it's a tale of sadness and guilt of an artist trapped in a place beyond redemption. It's a lie.
Is this part of the
It's the story of my fear, pain, and hatred, of the horror of my loneliness, and it is mine.
This looks familiar.
to tell.
see it. All this misery, all this suffering. There was no other way.
Yeah, this pickle moonshine, it's got like, it looks like a jar of pickles. It comes in like a jar of pickles.
Shouldn't.
Unreal Engine 5, alright. It looks really good. Pretty sure I know what this is, but I want to wait and see.
I was trapped in this house, bound by this body.
Oh.
Now, I break free.
Layers of Fears, yes! New Layers of Fear game. The first one was so good, I need to play 2. I love Layers of Fear.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't possibly imagine how excited I am about this interview, because right now I have a pleasure to
Layers
welcome
of
in my
Fears.
virtual studio Damien,
So is it the
who
third
is
game?
the creative director responsible for the upcoming great-looking game called Layers of Fears. Hi Damien, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Awesome to meet you.
Let's be completely honest. When we look at the horror gaming
me
market,
just
we
see.
have a
Layers of Fear.
lot of psychedelic walking simulators with mysterious stories, and yet Layers of Fear series stands out among them. And I'm curious your opinion. Why? Why this series in particular is so popular among players?
Okay, so this is the third
a good
game.
question. It's
Okay.
also for us. Layers of Fears as a whole is a big return to the roots for us, and we are trying to retell the same story in a kind of new and unpredictable ways, but we are doing everything we can to retain what made the original great. And there was, the dark story, a lot of symbolism, and the unique atmosphere of everything that we had there. It created a cohesive psychological experience, which is something that resonated with people. The great success that the game has had, they also support the theory that we believe as creators, in that there is something mesmerizing about fear, about exploring the dark side of the human psyche, the things we cannot see or we cannot name, and all of that kind of resonates with people. And that is even expanded more by horror as a genre, in which we are trying to do something awesome.
Okay, so maybe this is mostly because the Layers of Fear series is, how you say it, psychological not only by name, but it really is.
Yeah, it really is. So, like, there is less of kind of the survival aspect. There is less of gore. We are deep into the characters and their traumas and what caused them and how they deal with it. So yeah, it's kind of in the name.
And you are using Unreal
I kind of
Engine
like knew
5. Please
immediately.
tell me, how do you use the power of this engine and what we can expect in terms of graphic?
We switched from Unity, and while we like working with both engines, they are both good. Unreal Engine 5 kind of serves our goal to increase the graphic fidelity. And, since we are working
And it looks
on a
really
horror
good.
game where
I've heard a lot of
the
good things about
atmosphere
Unreal
and the
Engine 5.
lighting are extremely
I've heard that
important,
it's really good
we
for
can use features like dynamic light
for
zoom
development
in,
stuff.
HDR, ray tracing, all of us to kind of push it to the next level, which we weren't able to do before. Let me tell this: for us, Layers of Fears is everything we love about horrors. It's dark.
This looks really awesome. I can't wait to play
story
this.
that is very mature and talks about
I wonder if I can apply
the
for a
darkness of
key.
minds, trauma,
I'll have to take a look.
that kind of affect people, and it slowly draws you into the horror. It kind of lets you understand
I
the
streamed
dark
Layers
side
of Fear a while ago, and I
humanity,
really
of
enjoyed
human
it.
nature, of obsession, and we show it all through the lenses of artists that are trapped somewhere between,
But I think I got
insanity and
stuck.
creativity,
I got stuck partway
it's
through.
especially
I wasn't sure
cool and
exactly what I
kinda
was supposed to
speaks
do.
people that are creative, which we are as well. So that kind of.
I'm sorry I got that in your head, Sora.
We are
You're gonna be thinking about that all day.
excited to expand the experience with things that kind of cast new light on what you already saw, that expand the narrative. So yeah, stay tuned. We will reveal more soon. And I think if you are a fan of the originals, you just cannot miss it.
So I think this comes out next year.
I break free.
Layers of Fears. Yeah, early 2023. Yeah. It looks awesome. I can't wait.
Peggy 18.
Wait, did that say it was on PS5? That's probably not going to be on PS4 then. Can Unreal 5 run on PS4? The Dark Pictures Anthology. Oh boy, here we go. Hi, Sky. How are you, dear?
Let me get the fuck out of here.
Of course there's a lot of blood. I just came back from a surgery before I came here.
What do we do? Is this a
Wink.
good idea?
I don't see any other options.
This has been
Sky
weird
is
every
cute.
step of the way, and now it's getting scary.
This is beyond messed up. Jamie,
Third person horror adventure.
check this out.
It's a puzzle, a riddle of some sort. Tricks,
It's a
traps,
puzzle
mind games.
when the game breaks the fourth wall.
What was that?
Can't handle much more of this.
There's a lot of miles between eccentric and murderous. You okay?
Not even close.
Oh god, this isn't this isn't a sequel to what's it
We
called?
don't do something, both of
Until
them will
Dawn,
die.
is it?
We have to choose. Now!
Get the fuck out any way you can.
The Devil in Me. Oh. Oh no, yeah, it's the Dark Pictures series. What am I talking about? Of course it isn't Until Dawn.
This interview is a little bit crazy because I'm recording it in very strange circumstances. As you can see, guys, I'm not in my studio in Poland with my great microphone or cool webcam. I'm in a hotel United States as I'm on my business trip. And normally I wouldn't do this interview, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to speak to Tom Hito, the game director from Supermassive Games, who is responsible for the game called
JC-kun.
The Devil in Me. That is a part of the Dark Pictures anthology. Hi Tom, how are you?
Hi, very well, thank you.
So let me start. I wanted to ask you how the idea for the whole Dark Pictures anthology was born.
Well, the idea behind the Dark Pictures anthology was that we would take the opportunity to
Definitely feels like an
explore
Until Dawn style game.
many different genres and subgenres of horror. We're very enthusiastic about horror at Supermassive.
Guys,
It's-
don't
it's a big
forget
thing for us.
that we have a special
it's a
follower
opportunity to
emote
just
that you guys can use. It's
find
called
something
FFYon.
new, keep it fresh for the
It was made
players,
by one of the
understand
organizers
our
of Fear
subgenre,
Fest, and I
you know,
asked if
what
I
makes
could make it an
tick,
emo for
what
you
are the key
guys,
beats,
and they're like,
and have
yes.
fun with it.
So
As
there
a
you
big
go.
fan of horror genre, I understand it completely. So if you could present to me shortly, briefly, the story behind The Devil in Me.
Okay, so The Devil in Me is about a group of documentary filmmakers who are making a series called Architects of Murder about American serial killers. And they have got to the last episode of the series, which is about H.H. Holmes. But they've run out of money. They can't get any content because H.H. Holmes has been dead for 100 years. And they're worried. They're basically desperate. And out of the blue, they get a phone call from someone called Grantham Demet, who says he is a famous architect and collector. And
JC-kun, you got a lot of emotes there.
He owns a building.
Are those
owned by a
all?
relative, which is a
No, they're not all
homage
underage
to
emotes,
H.H.
but a lot of
Holmes'
them are.
Murder Hotel. I don't know if people know about H.H. Holmes, but he was this serial killer in Chicago in the 1890s who built this huge hotel, and he used it to kill people in really kind of extravagant ways. So they're very excited to go to find this kind of asset that they can use. They agree to all his terms and conditions.
Actually,
they go over to this
you could
hotel,
put
which is
it
on a
with
remote
the
island,
nurse
and it's
one,
everything
and
they
bam.
dreamed of. It's a fairly exact replica. It's got the interior looks amazing, so they know their documentary is going to be great. But things start to go wrong. They have a persistent feeling of being watched.
Oh, you don't
Grantham
say.
Demet
Things start to go
disappears,
wrong,
and
eh?
eventually they find themselves
I couldn't tell.
locked in and trapped by a modern day serial killer who's also inspired by H.H. Holmes.
It does look something for horror fans, yeah.
I think what we're trying to do with The Devil in Me is build on what people like from previous installments of the Dark Pictures, but I've tried to make something that is very, very scary.
Isn't there a Dark Pictures game that's
killers,
basically like
a lot of people are interested in serial killers.
you play as like an
They
army
really
guy
are
or a military
mainstream in
guy?
way. Everyone finds them
Or
fascinating.
am I thinking of a
With the
different
very dark side
series of horror
human
games?
nature, and that makes them
It like
very
got announced
scary.
during
And we
Summer Game
try to
Fest.
kind of play into that fear and provide an experience that is really as scary as anything we've ever done. And the other thing that's really exciting in this game is we've added a load of new features. This is the Series 1 finale. We've added features around exploration to make the world much more interactive. You kind of have to climb up on things and crawl under things, giving you a lot more agency about how you explore the world. We've added a simple inventory, so each of the characters have a tool that they can use to try and help them.
Is it the same series? Oh, okay.
As well.
Comes out in November. You know the name of the chapter though? Yeah. Oh yes! Yes! Choo Choo Charlie! Yes! This is actually finally coming out. Sweet. Sky, you're gonna have to stream this. I want to fucking play this game so bad. Fucking Choo Choo Charles. Spider train, does whatever a spider train does. Why is it a spider and also a train? Cause that's really fucked up and scary. Watch out, here comes the spider train. Choo Choo Charles, haha. Shit, I missed that. When's it coming out?
Speak with
I guess
so
we'll find
many
out.
great talented developers.
Oh, hey, there's Gavin.
responsible for amazing horror games.
The developer.
And this
He
interview
streams it.
is,
He streams the
especially
game
unique.
to
why?
show people
because
it.
I feeling a little bit nervous, but just look at my guest. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Gavin, the developer responsible for the game called Choo Choo Charles. Hi, Gavin. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for letting me be a part of this. Yay, it's very epic.
So
I'm
wanted
really
to
excited
ask
for that.
you about one thing. Your game is about scary, creepy train with spider legs that wants to eat you. I mean, how did you come up with that? What inspired you?
Back last year, I was trying to figure out what my next game was going to be. I was trying to figure out what would be cool, what are people going to be interested in, and I kind of realized that there was a lot of, because in horror games,
It's like
kind of a classic trope.
JC,
to
give it like
take something
I give it
innocent
like
and
less
then
than
completely
a
invert it
week
and make it
for there to
something
be
horrifying. You know, you look at Five Nights at Freddy's
Thomas the
and
Tank Engine
stuff like
mod
that. And
for
so
this.
realized
I
there
give
was
it less
lot
than a
of
week.
Untapped potential in kids' TV shows. There are very, very few horror games that like sort of invert, you know, those classic childhood shows and stuff. And so my favorite show growing up was Thomas the Tank Engine. So I was like, hey, what if I made something that would remind people of Thomas the Tank Engine? That would be kind of cool. And so that, along with
It's such a cool looking game. I'm so excited for it.
Pretty cool. I was like, you know, if you got to have a train and you could like navigate around, it just sounds interesting. And
this
also,
train
of course,
and Charles Choo Choo Charles follows you everywhere. He can follow you anywhere, even when you're out of your train, because you do have to do stuff outside of your train.
The fact that Charles has spider legs.
Choo Choo Charles is the game that didn't come out yet, and yet it's already very well known among horror fans. It's some kind of phenomenon. How do you think? Why this game, not something else?
Great question. You know, when I first
Your
started
friendly
working
neighborhood
on
will
it,
be on
I
here.
wasn't expecting it to get as big as it has so soon. Definitely, I mean,
I'm gonna
Probably
stream
not
it
ever,
when it comes
honestly,
out. I
but
guarantee.
definitely not as soon
Sky
as
will
it-
probably get to it before I do,
think
but I will stream
part
this
of it
game
probably is just the
if I can get my
untapped
hands on it.
potential in these, because I mean, like Thomas the Tank Engine is incredibly
Gavin,
well known.
if you're listening by
And so
chance,
seeing- and even this
I
is
will
another
stream
thing that
this
I didn't
game.
Even realize is just how ingrained Thomas the Tank Engine
My community is
like,
very
meme
excited,
culture.
as
I didn't
we can
even
already
really
see.
Realize that, but like the Skyrim mods, I didn't realize that was a big thing even. So Thomas has made his way around. So I think seeing something that is reminiscent of that, it's just you instantly feel just sort of a connection
It's gonna be such
to
a
it.
good
There's
fucking
that
game. I'm so
familiarity
excited.
there. And then I think also kind of the sort of more unique approach with the gameplay, at least as far as horror games go, because typically in the indie horror genre, there's not a lot of innovation on the gameplay side. And I'm not saying Choo Choo Charles is like some crazy, magnificent feat, but it's a little different. So I think
It's gonna be so good.
If you're
I'm so
interested in
excited for
Choo Choo
this
Charles,
game.
you can go and
God.
wishlist and follow it on Steam. It's going to be coming out there hopefully sometime this year. Very epic. You can also follow me on Twitter at 2star Games or subscribe to my YouTube channel where I make development updates about the game and other stuff.
So
God,
first
I hope
things
this comes out
first,
soon.
trains. Obviously, that's kind of obvious by the name. Trains. So this is Charles. Handsome.
I just
adorable
missed
devil.
the
He's
the
bizarre blend. There we go. Good
the
luck at this
cut
point.
off to
He's
be
like obviously a
included in any of the creator stuff.
with the face
But I
of
think
a
next year they said
clown.
they've got
This
me
is
in
like
for it. So
Pennywise, the tank clown. It's it, right? It's it, but like a train for no reason at all. Like why? Who cares? Because it's awesome. Horrifying, right? I would say they're like combining the most common phobias people have, except I don't think trains is a common phobia, so they just threw that in for shits and giggles, I guess. Okay, this is our train. We're gonna get to spend the game beefing it up and equipping it with weapons, like a fucking machine gun. Oh my god. I want to say just fend him off. He doesn't seem killable. I feel like that would be crazy. But
I
at
think
very
the
least, fend him
think
off
the
until we
object of the
accomplish
game
something, 'cause
is
right
to
now,
kill
we
Choo
don't
Choo
know what
Charles.
the
I think you
story of
have.
the
I think
game
that is the
right?
object
I
of the
guess
game.
we
Eventually,
do
you
talk to
kill
this
him
guy.
because he has a health
We
bar.
talked to what's his name over here. I'll go back in a second to look.
Like
at all
eventually,
this.
I think the
cracks me
idea is you
up.
get
This is
so
so
powerful
hilarious.
that he has
Just,
no
like,
chance.
The least, just the most whatever. It's an NPC. He doesn't matter, so he can just look like this. Do you want to kill Charles? So maybe that is the whole quest of the game. It's just going to be like really, really hard to do.
Yeah.
Leveling up the train is going to be so cool. I hope we can change the color. They have to let us change the color, right? Like repaint it. I either want a black one with a pink interior or a pink one.
Escape
How
or no, I
dope
think-
with like an absolute decked out.
No, I think the entire object. I don't think you escape
covered in
because he
every
follows you the
weapon you
whole
can
game.
imagine. And the little horns. Oh, okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's rewatch. Okay, that's really.
I think
quick.
you're hunting Charles.
Really quick. They're throwing
pretty
so much
sure.
at us. Desert landscape. Obviously, we're on a train the whole game. We're gonna get to explore what I would expect to be a really huge open world. I think is what they're like trying to tell us here, showing us the map. Zoom out, like look at.
Because what you do is you get off the
this.
train too
Yes,
to go
this
get
whole,
supplies and things to
peninsula,
help
desert,
upgrade your
beach.
train.
This is a lot. This is a
I think
lot
the
of
idea is
travel,
eventually
a
you
lot of
upgrade your
world to
train so
explore.
much
Oh, it's so quick.
that
It's so quick.
you finally are strong
I'm
enough
dying to see the
to
rest
kill
of the
him.
world here.
And once you kill him, I think the game's over. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it seems
I love
like.
big open worlds, but I get lost like nobody's business. I need help, so I love this. Okay, traveling, of course. The process of traveling. You'll sometimes have to get out of the safety of your train to make sure that you can get where you want to go. I didn't even think about that. You can't just free roam. You can't just Skyrim it. You know, you can't make your horse shimmy up a mountain because you feel like taking a shortcut. You have to ride the tracks. And if you want to explore off tracks, you got to get out of the safety of your train. Oh, it's going to be so spooky. So cool. Yes. Do you want to kill Charles? That's got to be our one and only quest. And then, yes, the dangers of getting out of the safety of your train because he's gonna come get you. Oh. Okay, so maybe he's constantly roaming to find you. I wonder... Okay, and then this is what's important. I'm bebopping all over the place. I'm so excited about this. Train health. Okay, obviously, we're probably going to take damages when we fight him. Our speed would be great. I'm when it comes to fight or flight, I'm a flighter, so I'm probably going to level up speed first. Damage. Okay, increasing all weapon damage, and then armor. Decreasing the damage you take. Okay. Typical stats, but it's cool that not only will we get to add more weapons, but we're going to be able to strengthen our train. Like I said, I hope, I love this so much. I would hope that the train is totally customizable, but I'm going to make a prediction that what we just saw were like the first 4 levels of a leveled up train, right? You level up a stat, you know, level up your defense, boom, you get some of that. You level it up again, you get more of that. Everyone's just kind of looks like that. I hope they put more options in. That would be cool.
I'd like to have full customization, but I'm not going to like...
You're like, I'm here, bitch. Yeah.
This is one person, I believe, making a game. One or maybe a few people. So I won't be shocked if it doesn't.
It's just battle trains. It's battle trains with a horrible spider clown thing. I cannot wait. Coming early 2022. Well... It's 2022, so I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
Yeah, it's probably coming late this year or early next year.
A short demo dropped by these people, and it was, I mean, it was stunning. It was super cool, and their sense of humor is my taste personally. So
I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for this to come out.
Gems are inevitably
I can't wait for this to come out and stream.
There's going to be a lot of funny stuff.
They ever mentioned co-op? I don't think there's co-op. I think it's single player. Hotel management? Oh, you are a vampire. I was like, when I saw the bat transformation, I'm like, oh, you must be a vampire. Bloody Hell Hotel. Ooh. Looks interesting. Is that cow okay?
So we start with the emergence of a bat. I don't know. Perhaps it's just a way for us to travel through the world and see a bunch of stuff. However, perhaps this is our character being spawned. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to assume, oh, this is us, our hands right here. Who knows? Maybe this is an elder vampire raising us up to then be in charge of this hotel. Did I mention it's a hotel management simulator? In case you hadn't picked that up, that's what this game is about. It is.
You better get to pet the cow.
This,
yes.
Crossover of Stardew Valley in its
if you can't pet
management
the cow,
simulation
how
style,
dare.
and
How
the beautifully
dare.
delicious visuals and quirks of horror, and specifically Tim Burton-esque influences, and I think that that's very clear from everything between the location and the activities and the characters. Anyway, let's continue on. I'm geeking out, in case you couldn't tell. This is just my fancy. I've been complaining that as much as I want to play Stardew Valley, I want a creepier version, and this game could not have come out at a better time. So the most satisfying part of any simulator game, any management game, cleaning up, getting rid of the trash. That's my opinion anyway. Maybe some people like other parts, but I love taking the decrepit parts and cleaning up the trash. So who doesn't wish that they
Oh,
could just
it is
clean
trash.
by pointing.
It is garbage day tomorrow.
Sabrina
so
the Teenage Witch
I
always
gotta
made me
take out the
jealous. I
trash
couldn't
tonight.
just clean my room by doing literally this. But now we can. Now we can fulfill those dreams. This right
Not a
here,
fan of
I
spooky
would do a
games,
whole
Sora?
game of just reflooring.
That's okay.
Again, maybe that's just me.
Hmm.
Can we just watch that part one more time? Geeking out a little bit. The music. Incredible. So cool. Of course, we're seeing the furniture choices. So again, we get to take these dirty, empty rooms and turn them into something where, you know, it's hospitable and people would want to stay for the night. And of course, it's all in this very beautiful sort of like Victorian Gothic style. Who I would love to stay in one of these rooms. The guests are just beautifully bizarre looking. The proportions, they're almost like Who's, but like I guess the Halloween version instead of a Christmas Who. Also jumping back to what's happening here, obviously we fix it up and we try to get people to come book a room in our hotel, right? Which is a little bit suspicious. She looks a little pink and fleshy. Our taloned dead hand would suggest that we are not. That and our ability to zoom around a hotel like this. Woo! I can't wait to get to do that in game. We are just flying. And also this part, aside from being something I look forward to getting to do, reminds me a lot of almost like a Disney ride. It's very Haunted Mansion-esque, in my opinion. We've got puzzles. You know that there are going to be all kinds of small puzzles, lock puzzles and the like, hidden all over this place. If we're just stumbling upon an abandoned mansion and exploring it, I can't wait to see all the quirky puzzles. If we've learned anything from Dark, the variety of puzzles are going to be very vast and very peculiar, and I can't wait. Eating the guests, pretty straightforward. I don't know. I don't think that's a great business model, but I suppose humans will keep showing up. And in fact, I think if you were to advertise a hotel as like, oh, you might get bitten by a vampire, I don't know, there's a 1 in 50 chance, you would never go out of business. People love it. Building the lobby, gorgeous, love it. Can I just say, I love
She's kind of right.
the purple stripe wallpaper. Not important, I just appreciate the purpley pink color scheme in such a dark, gloomy game. To see so many pinks and purples, so pretty. Lots of guests. Feed them expired food? I guess as a vampire, you're like, this is fine, right? People eat this. Or are we intentionally trying to poison them? I don't know. Growing very suspicious fruits. Look, we're gonna clean up rooms. We're gonna set furniture. We're gonna farm a little bit at least. This cow. That's it. I have nothing but questions, but no good commentary about this cow. I love them. I love everything about them. I love the energy, but I don't know why they're there. We'll get to more cow stuff later. The suspicious fruit. So we've got cooking, maybe. Thumbs up. Okay, we got good reviews. So I'm assuming maybe positive reviews are going to matter. Maybe we literally have to do a decent job to continue the game. The smelting, we're just going to make weapons. So what have we got now? We've got repairs, decorating, farming, cooking, weaponsmithing, and then, as we saw a little bit further in, dungeon crawling. Well, I would assume with the weapons we smithed, but as if the game didn't have enough to do, we've got dungeons in deep parts of the mansion, I'm assuming, that we need to explore, and hopefully if we successfully clean them out, maybe we get access to more rooms, we can make it bigger, we can really expand our business.
They kind of sweet.
And the cow again! We have a derpy cow familiar who kicks ass. That's just the most bizarre. Who thought of that? Who thought that up? I mean, we know who thought that up, but still. I love the cow. Like I said, so many questions, and I have a suspicious feeling that I'm actually not going to get any answers from the game. It's just going to be the bizarre whimsy of the creator, but I'm okay with that. I'm along for the ride. I'm buckled. So, and then, this is arguably my favorite part. getting to unlock our front deskers. Our concierge man and woman vampires, I suppose. I just love them. There's something about them that's so Tweedledee Tweedledum. But oh, they just give just the silliest, dumbest vibes. I feel like they're going to be
I like them too.
nothing but trouble and mischief. And I
like
love
'em.
them so much. I can't wait to learn their names. I adore them. I don't know what it is. Immediately upon seeing them, it just triggered. I don't know. I love them. I love them so much. And then, yes, the dungeon crawling. We've got zombies. We've got skeletons and top hats. I'm sure we've got even more bizarre things the further in. And there's one more time just because we can't get enough cow familiar. Incredible, incredible. So that is Bloody Hell Hotel. It looks like a bloody good time, and I absolutely cannot wait for it to come out. It is 100% going on my wish list. Go ahead and put it on yours and join me in the eager awaiting of the full release.
The car park. What? What?
Now, I don't know about you, but personally, I love it when horror games not only keep you awake at night, but make you question your surroundings and sometimes even your own existence. Try not to lose your minds too much with what we have installed for you.
Okay, Abandoned Carnival. Wait, did they show this at Summer Games Fest? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I remember this now.
With eyes wide shut.
I remember this song too, which I think is unfortunately copyrighted, so I have to mute. $2023. Okay. Looks interesting.
First things first, we know that this is like a circus. We're going to be playing in a circus. The synopsis of the game already tells us that the main protagonist
So
is
I'm just
going
going
to be exploring.
mute this for a second. I like that we're doing trailers, but let's focus on the trailers. If I can give some honest feedback. The play-by-play thing, great. That helps point things out, but it's just kind of slowing things down for this thing. So honestly, like, it's cool. We get to see more information, but like I don't know. The play-by-plays are just slowing things down. Like when we do this for every trailer, like some of these trailers are like a minute and a half. And if we're like looking at every single like frame, that's like stretching it to like gonna stretch it to like almost 10 minutes. But yeah, no. This is a short one, so we're probably not going to be here for much, but still, it's like I like better having it absorb the thing. That's a possibility too. That definitely is a possibility, but yeah, I don't think we really need the play-by-play. Like if like I do it sometimes, but rarely, unless it's for like something I'm really, really excited about. Like something I'm just like for example, like a Mega Man trailer. Like I would hyper-analyze one of those. That's something I would hyper-analyze. But, you know, you got to put content where you can, right? So hopefully this isn't going to be for every trailer coming up, and there'll be some more interviews and stuff. Anyways, I'll go ahead and unmute it.
I have wanted an abandoned amusement park horror game for the longest time.
So this is a different game than the
Tonight,
one
Dory
I thought.
and Martha Sow? I guess what are their... I'm going to guess a conjoined twin thing. Then the Amazing Sow? Which I guess is this man right here. So maybe that's a little plot line. That's a little narrative we've got going on. Also, what is he? Why do his eyes glow? Why does he looks like he's got like a headdress. I'm gonna guess that he's maybe kind of one of those like fortune teller you put in a quarter and it, you know, the little animatronic gives you like a generic fortune cookie fortune thing. I think they had those at circuses. They have them at the boardwalk carnivals. So I confess I don't know the difference between a carnival and a circus now. Freaky little girl with strings out of her eyes. I almost don't even want to know what she has to do with any of this because I find her so unpleasant. I don't like eyeball stuff, so cords coming out of her eyes freaks me out. I don't want to know. I'm already afraid of her, and she's just a little girl. And then this, I love this. Since the story, as we kind of noticed, was like showing the house of this guy, and then his memories in the circus. I think it is brilliant.
I would pay for
that
one of
we've got
those
this
just to
sort of
experience
metaphorical combination of his house. It's a house
because
with
I think
like
it's cool.
a
I don't think the
circus tent
fortune's gonna.
draped over the
Obviously,
top
it's a
of it,
machine, so the
and I think
fortune's
that's
not gonna be
super cool.
accurate.
So,
but I think it would be cool.
coming out 2023, I know that seems so far away, but it's going to be here in no time. We can put it on our wish lists on Steam and eagerly await. I think it looks awesome.
2023 is now sooner than we think.
Wait for reveal.
We're after this month. We're going to be in the fourth quarter of the year. Oh boy, we lost a hand already. You know, as much as like the war setting has been used for a lot of shooters, I think we need more horror games that have war settings somewhere in them. I know there's Zombie Army, but that's not the same thing. I mean, like a survival horror game like this, so I think this will be neat.
Is he coming?
Yeah. Being down in the trenches and then there's like a freaking monster after you. This is cool.
Manchmal weiß ich nicht, ob ich träume oder wache. Ob ich hier in den Gräben bin oder zurück im Haus in Berlin.
Lab setting gone wrong scenario? Yeah. It comes out in April. But what's the name of the game? Okay, we're doing an interview.
Is unique for me because of two factors. The first one is that I'm going to have two guests instead of one, and the second factor is that, and this is my personal opinion, and I can share my personal opinion here because this is my show and I can do whatever I want, that we'll talk about the game called Ad Infinitum, and I'm super hyped about this title. I'm following this project for some time, and I'm just happy to able to speak with Lucas and Thomas, the developers responsible for Ad Infinitum. Hi Lucas, hi Thomas, how are you?
Hello, thank you.
Nice to meet you. It's a really cool opportunity to be here and talk with you.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity and thanks for the kind words.
So, your game is very interesting because it combines the horror of war with the, let's say, classic paranormal horror. And I'm just curious, what inspired you to do it?
Basically, we all know that horror, that basically war is one of the most horrific things that exists. And the horror of war you can, of course, not really capture in a medium, in a game, or in a book, or whatever it might be. So all we are doing is basically we are taking this horror and giving it an artistic interpretation in the game.
Jumping around.
And this
It's
is
cold
very
in my room,
important
so
to
I wrap
us
myself in a
because it's war is a delicate topic, and in lots of games it's portrayed as competitive, like fun gameplay, right?
Exactly. A lot of games use war as an entertainment factor. You can kill enemies, you can shoot, you can play with your friends. But there are not a lot of games that basically deal with the aspect of what is war causing with every human soul.
There we
people
go.
that are involved, soldiers, civilians, and so on, because people are
I
basically
am
marked for the rest of their life. And we wanted to show also that grim side of war. We think World War One has a really unique aesthetic, a really gruesome, terrible war where chemical warfare was basically invented. The whole industrialization was taking apart here, modernization of war, and humans were suddenly no longer standing face to face with swords or rifles, but basically just sitting there for hours in their trenches and becoming really traumatic.
Yeah, World War One kind of changed
war, and that's something
war.
we found intriguing,
It
combining
used to
that
be, you know,
with traditional horror. I think that's a huge part for us to do
It
a
used to
game
be
that
more
also
about,
deals with this topic of war,
you know,
but
swords
in
and chivalry.
a different
But,
way, not in a just
World War One
entertaining way,
changed
but in a
it to
kind
be
of way showing the oppressing atmosphere
colorful.
of the battlefield.
And I think it goes without saying that we are an anti-war game, obviously, right? I think it's important for the people to know that we are a psychological horror game, and we are not an action game. Some people might think because it's war-based that you can shoot a lot and there's like action gameplay. That's not the case. It's really a psychological horror game. We have historical tools you can use. We have a historical environment.
Like honestly,
combined
like
with,
that's a good thing to say
mystery,
because there's
surreal,
so many war
things
shooters,
haunting you,
like
a
so many
dreamlike
action
atmosphere.
games that are war related,
and
but
basically
there's
it's a
not
constant
a lot of
switch
horror
between
related ones
different
that
environments
deals with the psychological
and,
side of things.
Yeah, we really
Because that
want
is something
you
that, you
guys
know,
to experience that.
this
dreamlike,
game looks like it's going to
surreal
deal with things like
ride of a
PTSD and
story we
whatnot.
have.
So
We want
that's
basically
something
player
that I
to
think is
question
very
their own
important to
sanity.
start.
What is real? What is unreal? Are we still in the war? Are we back? Are we even alive? Those are questions the player should face himself with. We were hugely
Exactly.
inspired by movies like Jacob's Ladder, but of course also books, movies dealing with the World War One, All Quiet on the Western Front, for example, The Storm of Steel. And I think what's really interesting is we offer a really unique
I'm so
perspective,
tired
a genre
of the army
perspective,
action
something
game,
that's not often
of like
used
the war
in
action
games,
game.
especially
So something like this
in
is like a
regards to
breath
World
of
War
fresh
One.
air.
But after all,
And don't get me
we
wrong,
think
COD Zombies
we
is
also
fun.
want to portray,
Like, if anything, that's
the
my favorite
gruesomeness of war
mode
as
from
realistic
Call
as
of Duty,
possible, on the mind of a young soldier.
it's still just an action thing. What is the name of this game? Ad Infinitum? Go to the body farm. Welcome to the cum zone. Fracture. Dark Fracture. Okay. Play something that's first and shooter. It's usually something like seriously. Yeah, I'm more of a classic shooter
Now
or twitchy
it's
shooter guy.
going to be very, very scary. I would even say creepy as fuck, because I have a great pleasure to be able to speak to Nisai Becker from Twisted 2 Studio, the developer behind the upcoming psychological horror called Dark Fracture. Hi Nisei, how are you?
See, I like the
Hey,
interviews
Lucas.
better because
I'm doing great,
it's the
thank
dev
you.
talking
And
about
how
the
are
game.
you?
I'm super excited to speak with you because I love scary games and your game is scary. But I have a little question to you because when we look at the Steam right now, we see so many walking horror simulators when you explore some locations, getting scared by jump scares, and you reveal some mystery story. And yet, looking at the positive reviews
Packages
of your
was
Dark
all
Faction
black.
prologue,
Throw
we
that
see
out,
that your
Sora.
game stands
Throw
out.
that out.
And I'm very curious how did you do it? How did you build such great atmosphere in a game that people just love it?
If you
I
can,
think that
throw
the
it out
prologue of
outside
Dark
because that
Fracture
is bad
showcases
cheese.
Several different elements that players
Good,
found
good.
intriguing. The atmosphere slowly changes and intensifies before the player, and is basically driven to make you feel like there might be a jump scare around any turn you take, which of course usually isn't the case. We put a lot of effort and dedication into the level design, sound design, and monster creation to basically develop the creepiest atmosphere that we can make. When it comes to the lore, people are simply curious to know more about the story, as it left a lot of questions and mysteries unsolved. We constantly stay in touch with our community and took every feedback or review about the prologue in a very serious way, which kinda helped us to improve it and understand
I'm down
pretty
for
much
Fitbit.
exactly what our audience is looking for in the full game.
Your game took inspirations from many artists all around the world, like Lovecraft,
Right.
Giger,
Cross next to
Zdzisław
Cross with
Beksiński,
Rival
and
Schools.
as
Yeah,
a guy
Rival
from Poland,
Schools,
I need to
that's
ask,
a
why
good one.
Zdzisław
Rival Schools
Beksiński,
doesn't
what
get a
do
lot
you
of love
find
these days.
so great in his art and so scary?
As a long-time horror fan, I first came across some horrific paintings of Beksiński many years ago. I couldn't help but to get extremely fascinated by his creations. The doomsday feeling can be felt throughout his paintings, and it's amazing. This memory is carried along with me all the way through the game, and eventually Beksiński ended up being a major inspiration and influence of Dark Fracture. A lot of the parallel alien-like world of the game is inspired by the great work of him, Giger and Lovecraft. I wanted to create an unfamiliar world which mixes all of the art styles combined. I want to deeply thank everyone
Florgy got me
who
with that
supported
one.
the game so far, and if you didn't yet try the free prologue of Dark Fracture, give it a try. I'm sure you'll like it, and I can assure you there is much better things ahead. And the game is going through major improvements, and basically I think the prologue does justice to the full game. If you did enjoy the game, please add it to your wish list. It helps us a lot. Thank you.
His broken mind leaked his fractured soul into a dark, endless labyrinth. In the eternal night, he longed for respite from the loneliness.
One of the Street Fair characters
Only
was
to
from Rival
realize
Schools. Remember?
he had
I don't.
never really
Maybe I don't know.
This dude works here? What is this? You couldn't pay me enough to do this. I'd rather smoke than check in on dead bodies. Does he work at like a mortuary? I guess that's what these tables are for. What is that noise?
Oh, this person's playing a game. Yeah, this is one of the community people.
What just happened? Let's take the pill.
Hey.
Oh my god. Don't jump scare me, game. Please! Audie is not supposed to be there. But how did it get there? Oh, weird. What is that? Was that there before? This was not there before! Let's not get grabbed.
Okay. Maybe I need to play Cross Dive again.
Guys, did we just
Or X
go
Dive
into
again,
another
sorry.
universe? Oh, we're running low on sanity! We're running low on on, Sanity, we gotta go locate our medication really quick. Bruh! Stop it!
She is not having a good time. She is not having a good time.
Oh god! Another earthquake? Just get in the elevator. I think this is the safest place to be during an earthquake for sure. Do you guys hear that? That's my keys. Some bitch stole my keys.
Bitch took my skull.
This is a terrible idea. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. What is that? Is that hands? Ah! Oh, sorry. That's just the hands.
She was not having a good time. Okay. Man, a lot of hotels.
I know that none of this makes any sense to you right now, but I need you to understand one thing. If we want to get out of here alive, we need to work together.
Phobia, St. Dinfa Hotel. Ooh, okay. What's available now? Ooh.
You can have a good horror game with scary characters and terrifying story, but if you want to have a great horror game, you need also a creepy place, and we have one here. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome my next guest, Fabio from Pulsatrix Studios.
Fabio.
And we're going to speak about their game called Phobia St. Dinfna Hotel. Hi Fabio, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm very interesting about one thing. What inspired you to make a game that's so heavily focused on one place when the location, the hotel, plays the main part in the story?
Yeah, since the initial ideas of our game, we wanted to focus on environment exploration. We want to focus on having a heavy tension feeling on the ambience overall. So we decided to make a small environment and a very detailed environment to try to give all this tension, all this feeling of loneliness and claustrophobic feeling to the place. So we came up with the idea for the hotel on the movie The Shining. When watching the movie,
oh, you don't say.
We started to think that the hotel is also a character on the movie. So we
Hotel inspired by The
same
Shining.
on the game.
Never would have saw
Tried
that
to
one
make
coming.
The hotel a different
I make
character
fun, but
of
this looks good.
of the game. So
This looks very
we
Resident
used to
Evil
explore
7-esque.
details to have all this atmosphere.
Which,
So
you know, I'm always
it would be
happy
nice for
about.
us
Even the
to
inventory
work
kind of looks
on-
like Resident Evil.
on a smaller environment, because since we are a smaller team, we don't have enough people to work on a large environments and all that kind of stuff. So this idea came up pretty well for us to just detail one place and try to take the most of it. And then we decided the idea to the
Resident Evil's in a
as
creepy
well,
mansion.
came up
Why
with
not
coming from the
creepy
the
hotel?
same point. We try to explore the hotel as most, because with the camera we can see different environments at the same place, so we can make the player having to explore the same environment twice, and then we can try to have a smaller place, have some different interactions in the same place, just using the camera feature, which expands a lot our main interest in the game, which was the environment exploration. Phobia St. Dinfna Hotel is an indie game from a Brazilian team. We're a small studio from Brazil. It's our first game released, and we are very happy with the feedback so far. The game's going pretty decent reviews, and if you enjoy games with a lot of environment exploration, puzzles, a lot of puzzles, and some combat as well, because we don't want to feel without defense. You have guns and you can shoot monsters and kind of stuff. So it can be a nice game for you. Games available on Steam and PS4, PS5, Xbox. So check it out. We have a demo available on Steam as well. So if you like this kind of games, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy the game.
I want to try that.
There might be like loot or something around here.
Oh, that's Otter Lady.
Oh my god! Yeah, sure, that's loot.
This is disgusting. What the hell happened here?
I don't like this.
The chat. Bacon. Do you guys want me to stream this one? I should see if I can.
I don't like this.
The code. They did do a creepy cruise ship. You're right. I need to finish
Listen,
Revelations.
who wouldn't want to be around you? I don't like this. Bro, I'm dead. I'm running.
Oh, get away from the tyrant.
Oh, I'm dead. I am dead. Woo! Hurry up, you bish. Bro, that's the machine gun. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. No, no, he's coming. He's coming. I think I'm gonna need the machine gun. We're gonna need the machine gun. Oh, little girl. I didn't see you. Why are you blowing bubbles? Oh, fluff the ducks, man.
Fluff a duck. Oh. Oh shit, did I accidentally click a thing? No, okay, good. Sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Okay. Red Bull Indie Forge. Oh, okay. Well, Phoenix. Find the secret passage. Oh, in the cellar, you don't say. Very PT-esque. Why is this person not running? Oh, there we go. I agree. It's Fear Fest Summer, Black Summer. We're watching horror game trailers as part of the presentation. This actually looks really good. Definitely reminds me of PT and a few other games. Hellseed. Early access. Fall. Ooh. Oh, we have a katana. Oh, is this a feudal Japanese horror game?
Even through the most skeptical villagers.
Still in bed?
Talking
Yeah.
about a demon.
Well, if it gets too scary, you can pull the covers over.
its presence.
Sacred blood has been spilled to open the doorway of the underworld. I am so sorry, Uncle. I'm going to fix it all. What's happening?
Well, that is a good deal.
Naoko, I must leave.
Ikai. Ooh. Oh, I think I've seen something of this one before. That'd be a fun one too.
Now I have a great pleasure to have
Oh,
in
you
my
did? Oh,
virtual
awesome.
Fearfest studio, Laura from Endflame. Laura, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm really eager to see this event going
Hey,
on.
Norboy,
and
how's it going?
Will be awesome.
You're responsible for great looking
Every time
game,
I see that
called
Meg emote,
Ikai,
I think,
and I just wanted to ask you because your title is heavily influenced by Japanese folklore, and I'm just curious. Why did you decide to go
that
in this
Korean
direction? What you find
horror
so
game that I
interesting
never
in Japanese
streamed
folklore?
for PS4. Maybe I should stream that.
Yes, Ikai is a first-person psychological horror game that is strongly inspired by Japanese folklore, as you have just said. All of us in the team, we like to play horror games and get scared, not only with movies, which we also do, but with something more immersive like video games are, at least that's what we think. I guess like any of you here in the Fear Fest, of course. And Japanese folklore has a whole world of mysteries, ferocious creatures, and fascinating ghost stories, appealing to any horror lover. It is just something that has always attracted us, a common interest between every member of the team. So not just as developers, but as players,
This
we
looks
felt
awesome.
that
I
there
wanna play
were
this.
so few games that has successfully brought to life such creepy
Maybe I can get a
horror
key.
tales. And
Basically,
that is the
after
main
this, I'm gonna
reason
have to
why
go through
we
all the games
decided
that I'm
to
like,
create
these look
our own
interesting, which is
approach.
basically
And
every
Ikai
game.
was born
And be
there.
like,
And how the
okay, I
research
think
looked
the
like,
the
you were
hotel
working
one I'm kind of mid
you
on. I don't know if
were
I would
reading
play
about
that,
the
but
Japanese folklore a lot,
I
or you
kind of
just
want to play
had
it.
that knowledge from the start because you're just Japanese freaks or something like that.
We had
That's good
some
to hear.
basic knowledge, but a lot of the research was done to create Ikai.
Yeah, this looks beautiful. I
Lots
want
of
to play
hours,
this.
lot of time, research over the internet, also all Japanese books, which we had to kind of translate ourselves to something that we could understand. And it was tough work, but in the end, it was worth it, I think.
And the last thing, what the word Ikai means.
Ikai means underworld in Japanese, not only in Japanese, but also in Shinto religion, which every religion has its own word for underworld, and this is from Shinto religion. So you'll be able to play Ikai during the Fear Fest, and I encourage you to do so on Steam, but you can also play it on consoles. It is out for Nintendo Switch, for PlayStation 4,
Ooh.
PlayStation 5, and Xbox.
It's on consoles too. Ooh, this would be a fun one to play on Switch.
Something is going on here.
Oh, yeah, this. Oh.
Hence, hundreds of demons can come
love her
until
haircut.
someone puts an end to the mayhem. Although I don't want to.
We just. Alright, it's lighting up the way home. Oh my god! Nervous?
I can hear someone from above. I must be silent.
Oh no.
I got you to jump.
Did we do it?
So far, the only thing that's gotten me to jump is when when that Meggy got played, because I wasn't ready for it.
Oh! Whoa! Run! Ah!
That's so cool!
I like her. She's
How
cute.
cool is that? I've done it! I cracked the card! Puzzle solved. Oh! God!
Oh, now I'm hungry. I haven't eaten lunch yet. Pixbane. Blade Tech. Well, that computer monitor is broken. Hey. Great, you mean your cute ass.
家里的刀呢？我怎么找不到了？
Pig. No return. Ooh, it comes out soon. Yes. Okay,
I really
good. I
like
want some more
when
information.
developers put in their games references to their own culture. I generally believe that video games are a great place to learn about cultures from all around the world, and I don't know why, but I
Every
especially
game so
like
far
when
has been
horror
like
developers do
something
it.
that I'm like, I
Forward
want
to
to play
that,
this.
I
Again,
have
there's
a
only
great
been one that
pleasure
I've kind
to
of been like
welcome my next guest,
on.
Patrick, the developer
But every
responsible
game
for
so
the game
far,
called
like
No
I'm like,
Return.
I
Hi,
want to
Patrick,
play
how are you?
this.
Hi, Lucas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And I have gotten a
going
couple
to the
of
topic
keys
this
for
interview,
games. There was that one game I
your
played
game is heavily
on Saturday,
influenced
which
by
was the
Chinese folklore,
Nightmare
and
Reaper, which was
can you
pretty
tell me
fun. It
more
was a little
about
confusing,
it?
but it was pretty fun.
Themes, motifs from culture, from Chinese culture we'll find in your game, of course, without making too many spoilers.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the game is indeed influenced by Chinese folklore. The story is in a way representative of a lot
So
of
we had a
families
Japanese
in
folklore
China
horror
90s.
game. Now we got a Chinese
The story
folklore
is
horror
set
game.
in a Chinese style
That's pretty crazy.
corridor with very
We're getting
narrow
everything.
hallways and lots of households on the floor. The home is also a concept where families were beginning to make a good living for themselves and seen as an improvement from the old ways of living compared to in rural area. No Return centers on a particular family story of the husband
The Bridge
undergoing
Curse. Oh, I've heard of that
psychological
one.
traumas and flashbacks, and we don't want to spoil too much of the story here, but try to hang on to this family, but undergoes tremendous loss. Throughout the story, we blend in some folklore traditions that were still adopted by modern families, which plays a role not just in puzzle solving, but also added an immersive cultural element to the game experience. Yeah, it's interest. It will be a good game, and let me tell you how the game interests the players. It's rare to have a game with background in 1990s of mainland China. The virtual world in the game is inspired by the interior of old public flats in mainland China. In the game, players not only experience what the people at that time see in the real life and the cultural context, but also explore and discover real or paranormal phenomena through the in-game story. Brings the joy, the sadness, and the psychological fear, emotions. Hopefully, it also triggers instincts like self-identification, protection, curiosity, and even the color appreciation. So the game awakens the family within, having us rethink the work-life balance in today's life. And more than those things that you guys to experience.
I love that logo, the Blame Tech one. It's on like a old computer, a CRT and everything.
Really, the realistic artwork as well, combined with the audio. So that build up the atmosphere and the fancy experience, like you're watching a movie, but more than a movie, it's a game. So that's why we want to make such a tentative stuff for the players as an indie studio.
That looks really awesome. No Return. Everything just looks so good. I can't. Huh? Huh? Yes over us? Or eyes over us?
Hello everyone, if you thought that Fearfest isn't weird enough, then you really need to check out the next game, and that we'll talk about with my next guest, Pablo, the developer of Eyes Over Us. Hi Pablo, how are you?
Hi, thanks for having me on the festival. Well, I wanted to talk about my game. It's inspired by the psychic experiment of the 60s, like the MK Ultra project, that sort of legends, but with a Lovecraftian spin on it. We wanted to tell a story from the point of view of a Lovecraftian being, something I think I never seen before, so I wanted to explore the possibilities with that. I think the game looks really weird. Maybe that's the first thing people see. The style was really the main focus we were trying to achieve. We were asking the question, what life or emotions look like from the perspective of a Lovecraftian being. So we were testing a few styles, and I remember the rotoscope style. That was a technique we learned from Disney animators when we were studying animation. It's the one used in the old Prince of Persia games, but this time we are using it to a not so family-friendly result. The main focus of the game is the
That's
dynamic
cool. They're
story.
using rotoscoping for that.
The game is procedural.
That's awesome.
So everything you do affects the game. The game has a little objectives that the players will uncover through experimentation. So it's a game that has a lot to take players through a lot of experimentation. Sometimes you are the one being experimented on. Sometimes you are doing the experimentation. I think it's an interesting dialogue that I want to see the players and see how they react.
So you have a weird art style based on rotoscope. You have the Lovecraftian being that plays with people. I mean that's very surreal. And I just wanted to ask you: you're the only one-man army working on this game, or do you have a team?
We are two people, and one person for the music. The music is also weird and experimental. We found a guy that is really inspired by the Silent Hill games. So we put a lot of focus on the music as well, and you can see how not only the music but the art reflects how the characters are feeling. So if you pay attention, the game has a lot to tell, from the visuals and the sounds. The player just need to pay attention.
Usually get to fuck with
and
the
you
characters.
Can see a lot. Well, we just
and I don't mean like
in a
wig way. I mean
horror journeys
like
See-
with their
See how
minds.
the experiment with the game. This is all sort of a big experiment for us. It's a little game, but we have a big hope for it. So let's see how it goes. Add to the wish list.
Tentacles. I love tentacles. Pleasantly friendly games. That's quite a logo to have for this kind of game. Or maybe that was the point. I don't know. Believe, I believe. Spins around in a chair and shoots. Oh my. Oh my. It seems the lights have gone out. Dr. Claw? Hello? Oh, this game, right. I'm pretty sure I have a code for this. Yep, no son of mine. I do have a code for this. So I'm going to stream this game, guys. For sure.
Hello? Oh, I shouldn't step on the grave. That is rude. Hello? Is it a child? Do you need help? Where's your parents? Come back!
Where are your parents?
Come back!
Where the fuck are your
Nowhere
parents?
else to go, and it's
I'm gonna
about
call
to
Child
run out.
Protective Services.
What if I just don't look?
She's not having a good time.
Just run. Go, 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 go. What is this?
This girl's not having a good time.
Oh, we got a new tool. Beat. My God.
Beep.
Sorry. I was about to say I'm not good at playing horror games. Like I genuinely get really scared. Like a. Oh God! Ow, my leg is
Sneevel, if you need a nurse, if you need anything, just press the button. I'll be there, sweetie.
Bro, what do you mean run at my own risk? If you give me the option, I'm not gonna do it. Today's game is sponsored by Cardiac Arrest. It really gets the heart going. Filter. Ah! Oh, that was me who did that. Just run.
She's not having a good time.
I hate this game. It's blinking. It's blinking.
I feel like she probably does not do good with
I hear
phasmophobia.
the stupid little kid.
I feel like she would
Guys,
not
I'm
have a good time with
screwed. We're
Phasmo.
screwed. My red is out. Okay, that's fine. That's just my gun recharging.
Sneevel, are you gonna be okay, hon?
What the actual fuck? Run! Safety is right here! It's right Yes! We're outside! Okay, just fucking run. I'm running. Okay, what's out here?
Fox Priestess,
Some trees?
nice.
Oh my God, what is this? I got a flower! Ah! Is that the end of the demo? Guys, can we get some claps in the chat?
Poor Sneevel's gonna have a heart attack after all these games. Cooking companions. Okay, this is different. Cabbage? Who the happy cabbage? Onion? Bread? Get bread, bitch. Raspberry. Fuck cabbage. Listen, cabbage roll casserole's amazing. Cuddy. Mariah. This doesn't match the background, the vibe of this trailer. Sakuyamon. Oh. Quite a reader written by Gregor. Anatoly. Anatoly. Oh, is that cabbage roll casserole? Yes. I love cabbage rolls. Jam on toast. Oh. We're gonna need more context.
Ew, do you guys hear that? It sounds scary. Oh my god!
I thought there was a 3D model, but that's a dude.
Anyways, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Things are going to get worse from here out. Oh my god, everyone's so cute. It's like she's trying to tell you something. Right? Wherever. Yes! Ew, look at his face! Breakfast with what?
Oh my. Oh.
She looks so cute. Look at her.
At least
Oh
I
my
left his
God.
fapping hand.
Yes, queen. She's serving face, just like me. Twins. And this. Should have kept the door locked. Attack, dodge. Bitch, what's good? That's right. Give me that knife. Screw in the Hi, Cabbage. What's the tea? Don't worry. As leader of the Chompettes, I'll make sure none of the humans know about us. Escape? What if I don't want to escape? Group looks terrified of you. As they should be. Why would they be terrified of me? I don't understand.
Man, starting with all that would be
Ew,
helpful.
that
Yeah.
scared me. I know. Clear skin. What's their secret? Mariah throws you to the ground, sinking the knife to your chest. Yes, Mariah, you got that. Oh. I know this didn't happen last time.
Well. Oh, a 2D horror game.
Do you know where you are?
In my house
You
watching
are at the
Fest.
privately run emergency room, Saint Icaros.
Oh.
I will not lie to you. There is still a long way to go before you can go home. In the meantime, do as we say,
The doctor wants to see you.
and don't get disturbed by some of our more mentally confused cases.
Oh, she's missing her arms.
You will feel a little sting.
Or her arms growing back?
You know, you are a very lucky girl.
The ER patient typhoon. Ah.
Hey, girl. Oh. How you doing?
It's kind of hard holding a cup like this.
Okay, well, sucks for you. Peggy.
You didn't say the magic word.
Open this fucking door right now! Go, girl, go! Get it together. And right here, run. Oh!
Oh, eaten by a door.
Not through the looking glass. So how am I supposed to... What if
Why
I
is there
just...
so much Nazi waste?
Oh no, he's like grown into the wall. Not them setting that trap right there so I can fucking die right away. Oh! Oh!
I can cure you. I can cure you. Please don't kill me.
Oh damn, girl got orangutan strength.
Wins. Flawless victory.
For what you really are, monster.
Ew. It's a nurse? I'm gonna kill her. That's what she deserves.
No, no, no!
Say?
Don't kill the nurse. What did I do?
Hey girl, I'm so
Smile,
sorry.
Mortis. What the
Oh,
hell?
you're alive. Bestie, you come.
Is that Humpty Dumpty? Abandoned juvie. Oh. Procedurally generated. Ah. Ugh. Short shorts. I wear short shorts. Short shorts. Wear short shorts. They wear short shorts. Egghead Gumpty. Okay.
I've played so many horror games and I met so many various creatures that tried to kill me, like, you know, regular stuff like vampires, big spiders, demons, zombies, etc, etc, even that big plushy toy from Poppy Playtime. But I've never encountered an egg in horror game, and this is both weird and intriguing. I need to speak about it with my next guest. Faris, the developer responsible for the game called Egghead Gumpty. Hi Faris, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Like I said, I'm intrigued by your game. Please tell me more why the enemy is an egg.
Me and my brother, so it's me and my brother working on this game. We were thinking about which like we wanted to make a horror game and we wanted to make a new like a kind of a new character that people haven't seen before. We were thinking about like different creatures, different objects, but then we were like, why don't we just use an egg? You know, what's the worst an egg can do to you? Eggs just, they roll around, they get cracked, you know. So what if we take this very harmless object and we turn it into something, you know, kind of scary? And that's that's how the idea originated from. And also, when I was a kid, do you know Humpty Dumpty? I mean, I think everyone does, yeah. So I always found Humpty Dumpty a bit creepy in a way. I never found it.
Curious, yeah.
Even the idea of an egg with, like, you know, arms and legs, it's just very creepy. That's how me and my brother kind of brainstormed all of this. So for Egghead Gumpty, we also wanted to make the gameplay a bit more interesting, because all horror games you kind of just walk around and it's more scripted with all the jump scares and all that. So we wanted to try something a bit different. That's why we made the game procedurally generated. So every time you replay the game, it's going to be a different map. The enemies are going to be, coming from different directions. They might be even like different variations of them. The players can play it endlessly. So if the player doesn't die, they can just keep going forever and forever, and the game just does not end. Yeah, obviously there's like a story mode, and there's like another mode, which is the endless mode I'm talking to you about. We're also going to add something like the custom night mode from Five Nights at Freddy's, where you can, customize how each enemy is gonna act, all the timings. We're pretty excited about it. The game we're gonna release it 2 days before Fear Fest.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. So hopefully things are gonna go great, and I'm excited to see how players are gonna react.
Hi, Sab. How are you? Egg. Egg.
This is so eerie. Holy crap, why is this place so big? Oh yeah, they said 10 keys, right? 10 keys to get out. Oh, I am so lost. Let me out! Use the UV light on the monster thing, right? The problem is my bad luck. I kind of walked right into him. Oh god! Okay, so he can come out of the floor. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, I found some.
Scared jolted me.
Oh shit, no.
Sab, this is Fear Fest's Black Summer 22 presentation. They're showing a bunch of indie and popular horror games that are coming out, and there's interviews with the devs, and they're showing people playing the demos. I'm a co-streamer for it, and I have a couple of keys for some of the games, so...
Let me in. I see you.
Fucking Gumpty. This is a horror game where an egg person chases you.
Okay, this map's actually creepier. Fuck. There he is. I see you, egg. Whoa. I don't even know if you can run. Oh, you can. Is this a bad idea? Running? Where? Where? Oh, I got you! Ah, why are there so long doors this time? Yo, these random maps. They hate me. I see you! I want to win one time!
I think they said this part of
Okay,
it was
we
2
just
hours.
plugged
So.
the USB stick. 2
okay.
hours of trailers, horror games, and other stuff. Nothing cool. You're going to bed?
No, wait. I'm gonna hold on for a little more.
Okay.
I can't believe there's only interviews and trailers. I think there's something more to it. I'm gonna join you later, okay?
Okay, I'm tired. That's all. Hi, everybody. Just woke up. Yesterday was a shit show, to be honest. Today is gonna be a better day. I guess, because my plan is to go and eat something cool. Maybe take a walk around the Krakow. Me and Okay. Me and Philippa. Honey? Philippa? Hey, it's not funny. Hey? Are you okay? Hey?
Well, that happened.
Everyone loves a good scare from time to time, but nothing quite beats that serotonin you get from finding a solution to a life or death scenario where a monster is seconds away from ripping you to shreds. Well, in games anyway. Get ready to have your brains picked.
Any idiot with a gun can rob a bank. Robbing a train? Now that's a real feat.
I don't like this. Let's call it off.
What the hell is happening?
Oh, don't be so surprised. I am a devil after all. You like games, Mammon? Then how about a hand of poker? You really think you could out-cheat me? Well, it's time to cash in those chips.
Whatever Mammon did to us in the ghost train, he hurt all of us. But you and Kestrel, you got the worst of it.
We'll track him down. We'll get back everything he took from us, and then we'll send him back to hell.
My people also have a legend about the Horned Snake. In our stories, he could take on the form of a man to seduce people and twist their minds.
You're saying that there's some kind of Hellgate station and that I can find it?
This is the way, and no other will ever be offered to you.
We fight our way to the engine, and then we face Mammon for the last time.
That's where Mammon's keeping the souls he's been collecting.
We may not be ready, but
Oh, hey,
we
another
need to
spider
take this
train.
chance. Cutting you loose, friends.
Clive, don't do it!
We were partners once, Clive. We were brothers. I know all too well how you treat your brothers. I really fucked it up this time, I know. But this is me fixing it.
Hard West 2. Oh. They made a sequel to Hard West. Okay.
Fearfest is taking us to various places. We were in space, we were in haunted hotels, we were in creepy undergrounds, and now we are in Wild West, or should I say Hard West. I have a great pleasure to welcome my next guest, Grzesiek from Ice Cold Games, the studio responsible for the game called Hard West 2. Hi Grzesiek, how are you?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Personally, I really like Hard West 2. I had a pleasure to play this game, and it's amazing. I really like it. But please tell me one thing, because your game is a sequel to a previous title called, well, Hard West 1. And I'm curious, how did you approach the challenge of, well, being better, beating the previous title?
Creators of Hard West 1 left behind some pretty big shoes to fill. Fortunately, they also left behind lots of documentation, source material. We had an opportunity to look up the reviews of a very well-performing game. So on one hand, it was kind of intimidating. On the other,
Hard West is one I always thought was interesting.
To look at a successful project from multiple angles and make very well-informed decisions from the very get-go.
In your game, we have some very original features that I've never seen in tactical games before, like dynamic levels or bravado mechanic. Please tell me more about those.
It was very important for us to make a tactical game that feels Western. If you've seen Westerns and play tactical games, you know that they don't really go well with each other. Westerns are all about these fast shootouts, while tactical games are about hiding behind covers, waiting for an opportunity to flank the enemies or get them in your Overwatch. That's why we came up with bravado, which is a cornerstone of our entire gameplay, and this is the mechanics that makes our game feel more aggressive compared to any other tactical game. It works like this. Each time your character takes down an enemy, they regain all their action points.
I like tactical games. It's just there's a lot of them are really long, so I don't have time to play a lot of them, and that's really the crux of them. The crux of them. The crux of them. Crux of them. The unfortunate thing is, the longer the game is, the harder it is for me to justify playing it.
We also have luck, which is another example of how we...
Rabbids, the Mario and Rabbids, I was really excited for, but I was really disappointed with it because of the lack of...
You miss a shot or get hit.
The lack of, leveling. Like, you can level, but it's not the same. So you don't really build your team up, it's just beating maps, essentially.
the middle of a street, like in an actual
I like
Western.
feeling some kind of
So each
progression
time
system.
there is a cover, there's a huge
I thought it was going to
chance
be more
there's a
like
ricochet object nearby,
a
which
tactical
will allow
RPG,
you
but
to
it's
bypass the
really
cover
more like
and,
a
hit with a better
tactical
chest to
strategy
hit. Keep
game.
in mind that enemies also can ricochet, so you definitely should not stay back, definitely should not hide. It's all about being in your face, going after them. Alright, so Hardware 2 was released early August. The game is out there. So if you are looking for a tactical game that will take you out of your sphere of comfort and challenge the way you play, or want to have a break and spend some time venturing a dark frontier, or have a bone to pick with the devil, just go and play Hard West 2. I'm pretty sure you'll have fun.
Hard West 2, out now.
245, 2 ships, a mysterious incidents from West Passage. They were never seen after. You are a captain of the one of the rescue expeditions. Unfortunately, the Arctic Sea turns out to be a dangerous enemy. All that matters now is survival. Oh, here I was thinking it was going to be something like Cold Fear, but it's different. Fear has many faces. One of them is painful. Inspired by true events.
It's getting a little cold in here, but not because of my next guest, but because of her game. Because right now I have a pleasure to speak with Alexandra from Unseen Silence, the studio responsible for the game called Terror Endless Night. I know it's your is in good reflection, while mine is in the mirror, but I you can see now. So hi Alexandra, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you for your invitation, and I'm so glad that we can speak today.
So your game is inspired by true events. It's inspired by the infamous Frankie's expedition with missing HMS Erebus and HMS Terror. And I have a very simple question at the beginning. Why? Why this event Unseen Silence decided to make a game about?
Okay, so the story was very interesting from our point of perspective, not only because the horror of the crew and the expedition was very interesting, but also we knew that there were some expeditions sent after them, and actually they couldn't discover what happened. So we asked ourselves, what if one of the expedition, the rescue expedition, went missing itself? Okay, what happened? What if? So that's why we were so inspired, not only by the true events, not only by the story of the Franklin expedition, but also what happened after that. And we wanted to make a story about not only the true events, but somehow we wanted to make it from the other side.
Your game is a story-driven strategy game, because you need to, manage the crew, the resources of the ship, and someone could ask me right now, okay, but why Terror is on Fearfest? And I know that the Terror also has some horror in it, so what is the fear factor here?
Well, the fear factor, whoa, that's a complex question, actually. Story itself is a very horror story because you find yourself in a very challenging situation when you have to manage the cold resources that are running out, and people are getting mad because of the situation that they are into. And the fear factor, more than this is that somehow you feel like you can do nothing. And in the same time, you have to do everything what you can do to save your crew and yourself. You have to ask yourself, okay, how far I want to go and what kind of decision I have to make sure that we're gonna survive. So that's the fear factor, and I don't want to make a spoiler,
Of course.
but we want to put our players in a very uncomfortable position to make really tough choices and to ask themselves, okay, am I ready to make these choices, to make these decisions just to survive?
So it doesn't look at the first glance as a horror game, but there is some kind of psychological horror game
Of course,
in it.
yes.
Yeah.
Actually, we're very into this psychological thing, the psychological problems, I would say, because we wanted to make a kind of a realistic horror, and we want to say that not only monsters, ghosts, like some things that you can't explain can be scary. Actually, the point is that sometimes people inside, what's inside of them, are the scariest thing in the world. So I would like to invite everyone to add terror to your wish list at Steam, because if you like to have a very good story, if you like to have an impact on everything, what's going on in a game, if you like to make a strategic decisions and choices, if you like to figure out how to manage people, resources, how to stay alive, how to create yourself and everyone else in a totally different circumstances that you probably knew before, that's the game for you, actually. We wanted to make a game which is a kind of a riddle, kind of a mystery to solve. We want to put you in a position when you have to think about things in a game, how they work with each other, how they cooperate with each other. If you like riddles, actually, that's the point. For sure, game for you.
We have decided to use an unusual ingredient in our specialties as a result of the insanely high meat prices, due to sheer hunger or simply because it tastes so delicious. Human flesh is highly appreciated. We do not know the reason why, and we don't really care.
But don't worry, we don't waste anything. Even their clothes are cleverly reused by Percival. They just need a little patching up, and then they are ready for sale again. At full price, of course. We are working so damn hard to do things right and earn as much money as we can.
Interesting. Ravenous devils.
You can describe games with words like scary, creepy, or terrifying, but in my opinion, to describe the game we are going to talk about right now, the best words are disturbing and fun. I have a great pleasure to welcome my next guest, Christian, the developer responsible for the very pretty game called Ravenous Devils. Hi Christian, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
Ravenous raging
Nice
rhinos.
I thank you for accepting me
Eating
here
ravioli.
and in this event. I'm really pleased to present this game to you guys if you never know about this. And if you like the Sweeney Todd, the movies and the story, you will really appreciate this game.
Yeah, I just would like to speak with you about your title, because it's kind of, you can say, horror cooking simulator, I can call it sometimes, and it sounds both creepy and funny at the same time. You told already that you were inspired a little bit by Sweeney Todd, but I just need to ask you, how did you come up with this idea for such a game?
Well, after finishing our previous game, we really looked into the Steam market and what place to fill the game and what tags you use, and we found out that there were a lot of cooking games, but very few of them had this horror spin to it. So we thought, why don't we make something that is inspired by something very famous and add some personal touches to it. So we tried to do this game. We were inspired initially by another indie game called Lemon Cake, made by Eloise Laroche, an independent game developer. This game is cozy and cute. If you look at the screenshots, you will get the idea. We had to make the opposite of that because many of these cooking games have these cute graphics.
Making a horror-themed
nice
cooking game is a cool idea.
With,
Like make it look,
mood.
dastardly,
And we went for a more realistic and violent mood with this game.
Oh yes, you did.
We didn't expect the game to get such attraction. When it launches, it got a lot of very positive reviews, and we were really happy about it because we spent 1 year and a half doing it. So we were really proud of what we did at the end. We launched the Revenus Davis on every platform. On PC, you can find it on Steam, GOG, and Epic Games.
Oh my god, guys.
The demo is
split green as people
on Epic and Steam. The price tag is $4.99, €3.99 because on Steam there's the exchange. And you can find it also on all consoles, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Xbox Series X and the Xbox One.
I thought he said Xbox 6. He said Xbox X. X. The proper way to fix someone through the grill. Exactly.
Look at this. This is cute. We're running out of meat fast.
Non-bite.
Ooh, we're gonna make some recipes. We're gonna steal some clothing. All right, we got to have... Oh, we're making meat pies, baby. Flour and minced meat to make a delicious meat pie. I can already smell it cooking. He's going in. He's going in. Time to die. Woo. All right, that's what we're doing here. We're cooking meat. Clean up, everybody do your share. Did you hear him? He's like, there's blood everywhere. The meat pies are looking golden brown. Time to take them out. Delicious. Let's grab this poor wretch. Sooner or later, I'm going to end up breaking my back.
Thighs. Okay.
Down the hatchet. Mildred or Hildred, whatever your name is. Come on, Hildred. I got some cooking to do. Into the meat grinder you go. Time to die, bitch. Woo! Oh, wait, you have a meal on your platter, or did I just put it down? Where is it? Where's my meat? And another one. And another one.
Another one.
Bye! Let's take one of the ingredients. There we go. No, get your pies! Get your meat pies. Come on. Oh my god, I love it.
Really? Capture. Precision Red Days. $16-bit Nights. Time strategy horror game. Ooh. That's an interesting mix of genres. Not doing very well. The zomboids are gonna get them eventually. Yep. Some evil on the 8th day God created. Interesting.
We are not slowing down, quite opposite. In fact, we are increasing the pace. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome my next guest, Christian from 16-bit Nights. Christian, hi, how are you?
Hi. Well, I'm pretty excited. Also, I would like to thank you for inviting me. And yeah, I'm just fine.
As a big Lovecraft fan, I'm super happy to speak with you about your game called Chromosome Evil, because Chromosome Evil is a strategy RTS horror Lovecraftian game, the combination that just sounds amazing. And I wanted to ask you, how did you come up with such idea? I mean, with such combination, horror and strategy?
I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, but the thing that drove me into this concept was the fact me being selfish. I wanted to make a game that I want to actually play. I mean, not to make people happy and all this, but that I want to play. And mainly, I love old movies, old horror movies, all these but goldies. And I also love XCOM and all those strategy games, but I want something in real time. So I did this mix of all all my childhood things that I loved. When we already released, we had in plan 3 DLCs, and since the release went so good, the first DLC we released it for free. We also had the milestone for the second DLC. We also released that one, and maybe we'll also release the third DLC. But the most important achievement from our perspective, because I'm not alone in this team, I also have my partner, Sergei Dovkanovsky. The biggest achievement is the fact that we were able to go indie game developer full-time after this release. So the results were exactly what we wanted, and so next, I think we will either make another DLC for the game if sales keep getting good, or we will start work on another project. I'm still not sure. We need to decide next month. There are other people, I mean, surely I'm not unique, so surely there are other people that like this type of game, of mix of real-time strategy with horror. And if there are more like me, you are welcome to come and try. But if you are not into strategy, I don't want to waste your time.
You're still very self-aware of your game, what it is, right?
Exactly. I don't plan on getting rich. I just want to have fun playing the game and hope that maybe, and just maybe, there are some other people like me that can enjoy it as well as I.
Ooh, oh, this looks interesting. You have a flashlight card, okay. Camcorder card. A magical elevator. Okay. I love the art style of this game. Find cards. So it's a deck building horror game? "13 floors and solve the mystery of the spirit lift." Ooh. See, that seems kind of neat. I don't like roguelikes too much, but that one seems kind of neat. Pretty smart. It's pretty smart. Thing truck.
Under old forgotten town, ancient evil woke deep down. Demons, beasts, now you must fight. Play your cards.
Oh, now it's a deck building strategy game? Ah.
Go alone.
Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm just like.
Choose together what you'll do.
I was still waking up when I started, so
history,
it's catching up with me.
Wish list now. The game hell card.
Hell card.
I simply love games with unique art styles, and this is the case here because the next game we are going to speak about is called Hellcard, and it is a spin-off to one of my favorite Polish games called Book of Demons. And you can imagine that I am very happy to speak with Konstanty, one of its creators, who will tell me more about his title. Hi, Konstanty, how are you?
I'm great, mostly because I can be here talking to you. So yeah, ask away.
The first question is very simple. Why? Why did you decide to make games that look like some kind of, pop-up books or paper dioramas?
That's actually quite a long and fascinating story, because the initial idea was to create a series of games that would recapture the essence of gaming in the 90s, the golden era of gaming. So basically, when every genre was fresh, each game set new standards, and everything was magical, and C gamers were experiencing new things pretty much with each new game. So in order to do this well, we wanted to have a visual framework that would be somehow abstract from the game itself, since we want every game in our series to be a tribute to a different genre and mechanic. So we needed something abstract, something that would kickstart the imagination and would allow us to present widely different visuals, from grimdark fantasy of Book of Demons, which was and is still a tribute to hack and slash genre in general, and through Book of Aliens, high-tech sci-fi setting with everything in between. So yeah, and we experimented with a lot of styles. We started with paper, then we tried, we even tried macaroni art. So basically where you take noodles and stick them together, we glue them together to create, and we wanted to animate this frame by frame. We experimented with clay animation, so basically clay figurines that you animate the frame by frame. We circled back to paper and decided that there is something magical that most of us had contact with pop-up books back when we were kids. So this works in the favor of what we are trying to do, just recapturing the magic, and pop-up books are awesome. So I have some pretty amazing pop-up books at my office because we did a lot of research. You actually can see some of paper stuff behind me, and there is a lot of paper art around me and hanging on the ceiling and so on. Wish you could see it. So yeah, that's how we ended up with this very symbolic paper representation with only just a hint of colors and textures. This way players' imagination can work wonders, and just fill the gaps and project themselves into the game better. Back when we published Book of Demons, which used cards as a way to streamline inventory and skills, many players asked us if we could include actual
what's that? A
building in the
Blitzo
game,
card?
and it was something that it was an itch we couldn't we couldn't scratch. So we experimented with it and we came up with Hellcard, which is a sequel to Book of Demons in a way. However, it features vastly different mechanics because it's a cooperative multiplayer with single player as well, roguelike deck builder, and where players team up and combat monsters on a special arena during simultaneous turns. Yeah, and we just fastly put together a demo, more like a pre-alpha tech prototype, and just published it with our Book of Demons community playtesting it, and it was vastly popular again. So we decided to just try and create a game, and here we are. So if you are into roguelikes, deck building, and have friends, or just prefer to go lone wolf way, just check out Hellcard. The demo is available now.
Wishlist now. The game Hellcard.
Fasten your seatbelts because we're about to take you into space. A cold, dark, and downright creepy place where no one can hear you scream.
Space.
And it leaves the question, are we really alone? Who knows?
Officer Taylor, Medlog 29. Today, I can't believe what I saw.
Was that a Mars rover?
Solace.
Maybe a moon rover. Oh man, here comes all the Dead Space games. Which, I'm not complaining. Give me some more creepy space horror games.
Something's going on here. And I need to find out what it is.
Fort Solace. Ooh, okay. Looks interesting. Troy Baker. Nice.
Now we are going into space on a journey among stars, and because this is Fearfest, I think you already guessed that this is going to be a little bit dark and grim trip, but thankfully I have a companion with me. Please welcome James from Fallen Leaf Studio, the studio responsible for the great looking upcoming game called Fort Solace. Hi James, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Your game is like I said, it's set in space, and it's not quasi horror game. It's more of a thriller, psychological game that is heavily focused on story, on psychological aspects. I heard that this game is going to be made in Master Shot, without any cuts, like a God of War game, and I think this is a very challenging thing. Why did you decide to make this game in this style, and what was the biggest challenge?
So we have like difficulties with technical challenges when we decided to do this, but we really felt that it encompassed, the immersion of the experience. We talk about thriller, we talk about, the performances of characters like, Troy Baker, Roger Clark. Like, we wanted to capture those moments and the emotion of those moments in the scene. By doing that, we wanted to stay with one shot. We'd seen it done in bigger games before, so we thought, why not try it ourselves? I don't think the team were too impressed when I decided that was the way we wanted to go. But we have done it now, we have nailed it. So at this point, we're doing one master shot the whole game. That was the real reason. We wanted to just double down on that immersion and that experience that we were going to give to our audience. You always have to say to yourself, okay, but this scene needs to play into the next scene because we can't cut away. Mm-hmm. And then where do you put the camera to help with the gameplay? Like, it is a big challenge, but like I said, I think it's a decision because when you play the game, you can play an hour, 2 hours, however long you're playing.
Are there people talking in the background?
You don't realize how long you've been playing because it's so immersive. So I think we're getting closer to that. We still have a long way to go until next year when we release, but yeah, I think it's a really cool feature for us.
I guess that you got this question a lot, but I just need to ask you about it. Yeah, like you mentioned, you work with Troy Baker and Roger Clark. The cast is great, and how do work with such personalities look like?
Actually, it's really a humbling experience. It's really, it's really kind of a privilege to work with people like that who can bring so much to your material. Because when you write a character or you create a scene, something as simple as just an argument, there's a lot of different ways that can be shot. There's a lot of different ways, such things as body language, can come across, and they bring a lot to that. Troy has been fantastic with us in helping develop the scenes. Roger as well, who has a bit of a harder job because he's obviously a playable character, Jack. So he's a bit of a protagonist as well. So it's been absolutely an incredible experience to work with both of those. And Julia has really shined in her role as well, coming on to deliver a bit of a different kind of character to Jack and Troy. So it's been really great, and actually it's a real experience. But ultimately, I think all three of them coming together as
Why is something loading in the background?
Really makes our experience.
No, it's their end.
It would be great to see people's response to the game, what they think of the story, what they like, didn't like. Story's very personal. I would love for somebody to tell me the story wasn't to their liking, whilst others loved it. That's the kind of balance you want with the story, because at least then people care enough to have an opinion. Wishlist us. Come and join a roller coaster narrative experience. And I think, if you're into movies like The Thing, Alien, the first one, you're going to love Fort Solace. And I think we have
sounds right up my alley
to show you over the coming months, which we hope to do. And I can't wait to share more with you.
Something's going on here. And I need to find out what it is.
Roger Clark, too. Troy Baker and Roger Clark. Okay.
So right now we're going to be watching the
gameplay
trailer for Negative Atmosphere, and let's check it out. Okay, high tech. Happens in the future, I guess. I have no idea what this game's about, by the way. Looks like there's guns. This is giving me like Dead Space vibes or something. Oh yeah. The graphics are nice, I'll tell you that. Is this in space? There's so many good space horror games. There's
Right?
so many. I love it.
Right?
Keep them coming.
Oh yeah, Hunt Down was good. I don't think I played that
Okay,
one.
so in space, but it's a horror game. Oh, there it is. There's the horror. Yeah, it's definitely giving me those vibes.
Before something else breaks.
I want to see what the creatures, what you fight looks like. You've got to have to fight something, right? So far, it looks really spooky, though.
That's good.
Okay. Wait, no guns.
Hey,
Just
Cornax.
punch. Just punch. That's it.
Spiders, punch them. Snakes, you want some too? Psh, 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 psh.
Do I get to wear the suit? I'll wear the suit. I want to punch things. I want to wear that and like mega punch them into the wall.
This is the 80s action movie
I'm down.
callback. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's Tony Stark. I like that thing. That thing's kind of cool. I don't know how you
Looks
fight
more
with
like
that on your
Power Armor to
wrist,
me.
but
Like from Fallout.
toxic environment. Oh my goodness. I hate when you run out of air. It freaks me out. No, there's an oxygen meter. Oh dear. I can't stand oxygen meters. It ups my heart rate.
It was Switch only? I think I might have it actually.
Video games, I don't need it. Oh my god, the oxygen, what's happening? Oh my gosh, did you see it? It said run, 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 run. In the little letters. The gasping! Oh my lord! Oh! Okay! I don't like their long limbs. I don't like their long limbs. So that was negative atmosphere.
They always tell me to stay positive, but now I'm going to go in the different direction because we're going to speak about the game called Negative Atmosphere. And now when I'm thinking about it, it's so stupid and lame joke that I will probably lose my job. Anyway, I'm super happy to be able to speak to Calvin from Sunscorched Studios. Hi Calvin, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So your game is set in space, and I'm very curious your opinion about one thing. What makes space, cosmos, so great setting for all horror stories?
So I would say space is a fantastic place to tell scary stories. In
Mhm.
space, there's just
I
limitless
agree.
dead void, which will kill you in minutes if you don't have the right equipment. So obviously this confines all the characters to a single space, and they can't leave it, which forces
Mhm.
situations which you could otherwise avoid by basically just running away. You know, oh, building's on fire, I'm going to run away.
Mhm.
In space, you can't run away from your ship because you'll just suffocate. It gets scarier because the distances in space are so massive, millions upon trillions of kilometers. So because you're only probably like, you know, maximum 2-3 meters, your ship might be 2 kilometers long. It's still nothing compared to 100 trillion miles when you're dealing with fast and light distances. So you're already going to feel tiny and insignificant. And obviously it's terrifying being that small and that insignificant. And when you have to travel such large spaces,
exactly.
you have to bring all your supplies with you, all of your food, all of your
Definitely looks a little
water,
Dead Space
all of your
esque.
resources and things to repair things. And often, if you're traveling a long period of time, it takes 2 years, 1 year to get to Mars and 1 year to get back, for example. You're going to result in a thing called resource scarcity. So your characters are always going to be poorly equipped, barely equipped for the job. You're probably not going to have guns, because why would you need a gun? And with everything on the ship designed for efficiency, the space is very fragile. which basically results in the environment being just as dangerous, or perhaps the most dangerous thing. Doors will crush you, pipes will explode, electronic things will spark, because they're not meant to be stabbed, shot, or splattered with blood. So when the ship itself is so fragile and falling apart, and it feels alive like its own character, you literally can't trust the floor you're standing on, because it might just fall through, give way, and kill you. That results in everything being terrifying and scary, because you just simply can't trust anything. And all those factors combined together is just like the perfect recipe for making a setting that's scary.
And I understand that we'll find a lot of this in your game, Negative Atmosphere. Tell me more about how you build that atmosphere of loneliness and isolation.
Absolutely. So I will just to add a bit onto the previous question, I'll say that the ship that the game's set on, the TRH Rozanov, is a 2-kilometer long ship. It's way past its use-by date. It's like 50 plus years old. So everything on it was already falling apart. Now it really falling apart. So trusting that environment is something that we really do want to make the player feel scared about, and that really helps us drive home the constant threat, especially when you mix it in with all the 3D audio systems that we're using. So we actually use a system for the game which is modified from a VR audio system. So the game's not VR, but using VR audio basically means that we can have 3D positional audio. You can hear if an enemy's above you,
Oh, that's
below
cool.
you, or by the sides, or when they're in the vents, they're more muffled than they are when they're actually in the corridor. So by using this sound design, you know something's here. You know, something's there. And the scariest thing I always find is something you can't see but you can hear, because your imagination runs wild. So knowing that they're actually in the vents, but you cannot see them, you have to walk down this really long stretch of corridor when you can only really see the end, you can't actually see anything else. That's terrifying, because you've got to traverse a space in which you basically know something's out to get you, but you don't know what it is, where it is, you just know that it's close. And we use a lot of techniques and devices from film to build an atmosphere as well of loneliness and constant threat. So a great example is, you want to say that somebody's lonely, well, prove to the player or the person watching that they're the only person there. This is a third-person game, so for the entire duration of the game, Edwards, the protagonist, he's constantly in view, and often he's the only, and I will make this a very important distinction, the only living human on screen. A few large spaces in the ship are very empty, and that's basically a smaller scale thing of the previous question, where it's a massive empty room. It should be full of people, but it just isn't. Like a cafeteria or a hub space where things are being transferred. And then we do the complete opposite of that almost immediately after, where it's a claustrophobic, dark, crushing corridor that's winding and bending. So when you mix these really long, winding, bending corridors with large open spaces, you go, this is horrifying. This is horrifying, because it goes, I'm crushed in, I can't see anything. I can see everything, and I don't like what I see. So it's a mix of those things. But add in ambient and sound design, which you may be able to see if you watch our Save and Sound showcase. We did an audio breakdown where we showcased how we did all that sound design. And mix that with dynamic music, which kinds of changes depending on what you see, and you get a very convincing system, because you're constantly being oppressed on the visual front, the actual navigation front, and on the sound design front, and you just basically, it doesn't let up. And that is what's so scary and constant and terrifying, but also makes you feel so alone, because it's all aimed at you, no one else. You can go on Steam and search Negative Atmosphere, add us to your wish list. That's really important, as it's great for visibility. You can also join our Discord and see all of our social media channels. And I will say one final thing as well. Obviously, with the way that the game has been developed, and we are still developing it, there's no set release date yet. But when there is a release date, when we know it's coming out, we'll be sure to let you know.
Looks awesome. I can't wait to try it.
Welcome aboard the LCB-1 Mining and Research Station.
Oh, hey, a side scroller.
Congratulations on being selected to join the security and scouting team in this state-of-the-art underwater high security facility. Expect a lot more scouting than security, but let me be clear, it is your job to keep the eggheads and gearheads safe. As I was saying, exploration and mapping of the underground tunnel network is a primary objective, and the corporation's been kind enough to provide some nifty high-tech mapping and exploration tools. The grappling hook is your best friend. It'll help you traverse gaps, scale cliffs, and descend safely into caverns. You'll also be provided with C4 to open new paths, but be careful. We don't need any more incidents. The other objective is ensuring
Incidents.
the upper-level mining operations are running smoothly, which brings us back to the gearheads. The engineering personnel operate all the heavy equipment and machinery. Drills, transports, cargo lifts, you name it. Leave that stuff to the engineers. That gear can be very dangerous. But make no mistake, you are in charge. Those gearheads can't even lift a pencil without your permission. The corporation also has a few special missions available if you want to make some extra cash. Some you can tackle on your own, others will require a full team. Either way,
there's co-op.
expect them to be tough jobs.
Well, that's neat.
And yes, the corporation has armed us to the teeth, but it's mostly for show. No doubt you're going to hear a bunch of spooky rumors about the lower-level research facility from grunts who haven't seen the light of day in months. Don't get paranoid. If you keep your head down and do your job, you'll be just fine.
LCD-1. Come in, LCD-1. LCD-1, this is Surface.
Well, that's no good. Hidden deep. Oh, okay.
Welcome, Scout. So you got to the base in one piece. Good. I'd say I hope y'all find it adequate, but I won't. After all, it's your job to expand it. But don't forget, Scout, what you're really here for. The lumen. When you see a rock that's glowing, drill. Drill! And drill some more. When in doubt, Scout, drill the hell out of lumen. And yes, the monsters, there are some. Shoot them. Blow them up. You know the drill, Scout. Good luck, son. Over and out.
Looks like overhead deep rock. Lumencraft.
The cool thing about Fearfest is that you never know what is going to happen.
Guys, I'll be right back.
2
I
hours
need to use
ago,
the
I was
bathroom.
recording the interview about the game that is set in space. And now I'm going to talk about the game that is set underground. I'm super happy to have in my virtual studio Leszek from 2 Dynamic Games. Hey Leszek, how are you?
I'm fine. Pleasure to be here.
Your game, like I said, is set underground, and I have a very, very simple question at start. Why? Why did you decide to go with that setting? What inspired you?
We wanted to keep a setting similar to the Darkwood, if you know the game. So we tried to make it a little bit dark, but to change things up, we wanted to go underground. And this is mostly because of our custom technology, where terrain is completely destructible, and where else to show it off than underground, where we can just start the player with full terrain that is not destroyed and let him do. So Lumencraft is a action shooter with tower defense and base building. So it's a custom mix. There's no really game similar to that one. And yeah, that's basically the unique part. And we made a custom technology for the game. Like pretty much all that is in the game is custom made. Okay, Lumencraft is in early access. This is a game we made from scratch with custom technology made in Godot engine. That's a relatively unique thing. In the game you build your base, prepare turrets, defend defenses because you will get attacked. The main objective of the game is to collect lumen crystal. That is a high energy resource that is needed for people to survive underground. And you can create your own map. We have a custom-made editor for the game. So our community is building. How many maps do we have? 125 maps since we started like 2 months ago or something. Yeah, so people like to create their own maps, and we are working on a procedural generation right now. So in order to increase replayability and then create something unique each time, then we are making procedural generation. So if you like, protect your reactor and join our game.
No.
You. What have you done?
Okay, I'm back. Looks like just in time.
Where are you taking me?
You came
Oh,
here
this looks
yourself.
familiar.
So what are you expecting, huh?
You've set up a field camp down there. Yes. So I didn't expect you to have a second one here.
Really? Sit here and don't dare move. What are you doing here?
You're not gonna like this part.
Ah, yes, the Invincible. Oh. Well, they didn't do a gameplay showcase last time? I thought they did. Is this different gameplay then? Or is the last one all pre-rendered?
The radiation level is growing rapidly. It's starting to get interesting.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Doctor.
I located the mobile antimatter cannon.
Another one? How many of those did they... Is it active?
Dead.
I admire your composure.
Wait, someone's here. Astrogator, they're dead.
So you found someone. Unfortunately, such unpleasant discoveries are indispensable to the mission.
I didn't let that thought get to me. I was counting on this meeting very much. At worst, it could have been another abandoned place, but not this.
But what exactly?
That's a good question.
Wait a minute. This seems very familiar, this whole thing.
I'm getting into the recorder.
Did they show this already during Summer Game Fest? Like this particular, like, gameplay thing? So I swore I've seen this before.
Uh-huh. They made their way through with a beam of antimatter.
How subtle. Did you locate this passage?
Yeah, we've seen this before.
I'm looking at it now. They pierced a hole several meters in diameter and several dozen meters long.
Yep.
Yasna, do you hear me?
Yes. My head feels like it's bursting from pressure.
Can you continue?
Yes. I'm better now. Actually, there's nothing here that I haven't seen before. There are a lot of metal
You
bushes
say that again.
that were near our camp. The lower parts of the bushes are, how to put it, fruitless.
I've seen this before.
This robot looks like it has started its task and got stuck.
What task?
This is one of the robots carrying containers with research material. It took the container, but never left that place.
Why do you think it's stuck?
Well, it goes in circles using the same path. The robot's gone.
You must have broken his loop.
But I didn't.
No, you must have done something. Never mind. Follow it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's getting up.
What, a robot?
No, antimat.
Come on, Yasna. Run. Hide. Yasna, are you alive?
Yes, it's fucked up the robot.
What's it doing now?
Oh no. Take care of our people, Novik.
All right. See you later, Indra.
Okay, guys, things just got stranger. Philippa was up all night watching the broadcast, a video game broadcast. She was in some kind of trance.
Okay, it wasn't a trance exactly, okay? Like, I was conscious. But before you touched me, I couldn't stop watching it. Like, for real. And since you did, I just... Like, my nose bleeded, like, I don't know, 5 times. I have headaches. I feel like my body's gonna explode. And this is silly, okay? You wanna believe me? I don't believe myself, but I feel like it's all because I want to buy all these games that were on that broadcast. Like, there were 80 of them. And then I opened Steam and I was like, I want to buy every each, and I feel like all that is happening to me is because I am not buying them. I know this sounds crazy, I know it's sick, but for real, you know?
Okay. Wait.
What?
There was this video game company from Krakow.
Yeah, there was a logo on the beginning.
Fear something. Feardemic? Should we check them?
What else do we have to do?
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Come on, he's the CEO of a game making company. Do you think he'll have time?
Sure, I just told him we're having an interviews. Yeah, not a problem.
Welcome to my office. Please enter of your own accord and bring some joy and happiness that you may leave some behind.
How does it feel to be a CEO of a gaming company?
That's a very original question. Actually, I enjoy it very much, especially when people call me sir.
How about this broadcast, the haunted broadcast? How do you feel about that?
Is that what this is going to be about? My people explicitly told you not to mention that. I am a proud man. I have made thousands and thousands of CD-ROMs. I've stared into my reflection into a DVD, and I've seen the future. I've distributed code to all corners of the darkest parts of Asia. Doom Guy, is he not the greatest warrior of all times? His blood flows through these veins.
Alright, this is going a little overacted.
Of my kind. The last of my kind. We shall not do this. Turn that camera off.
No, please play. I've seen that broadcast, okay? And I'm sick of the nosebleeds, I'm sick of the headaches, and I really can't afford all those games or I will go bankrupt. Please help me, you're my last hope.
Turn that camera off. Okay, we can do this, but you have to listen to everything I say.
Slow burner horror stories can be great, but sometimes you just want to get straight into the action and stop fighting for your life. And that is why we love action horror.
It said 80 games. How many have we seen? I thought this was going to be like 2 hours. It's like pushing 3. Name was Fire. Ooh.
Now let's have some blood, sweat and good old pew pew, because we are going to speak about a bullet hell game, and I have a pleasure to welcome my next guest, Milo, the developer responsible for the game called Her Name Was Fire. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Tell me please, why in your opinion bullet hell genre is so popular lately, and how do you want to stand out above the competition?
Yeah, about bullet hell games, yeah, they have gained a lot of popularity recently, especially I think I would say more the subgenre of bullet heaven games, which is where you are actually like the source of the bullets that are on screen. I'm not really sure exactly why the popularity is rising up so much right now, but I believe it's something that has always existed a bit. If you look at like the 1980s with all the zombie movies, and I think in those movies you can really see like people really enjoy situations in which you barely escape with your life, and I think bullet hell games really respond to that human feeling that we have. Her Name Was Fire shares some similarities with some of the heavy hitters in the genre right now, like Vampire Survivors, for example. But I would say that we are making the game a bit more hardcore in terms of controls and gameplay. We've received feedback that it's a bit more difficult than those games, and that's actually something that we are aiming for. We really enjoy that feeling of, as I said before, of barely escaping with your life. And I think that's one of the main differentiators, and the other one is also we pay a lot of attention to the atmosphere and the mood of the game. So, for example, we use a lot of contrasting colors in the game. Like you have this very bright red and bright blue, and also the dark synth music that accompanies the whole gameplay, I think ties in a whole well, yeah, a whole mood that really makes the game shine. Her Name Was Fire is a tarot-themed action roguelike that I've been developing for the last 2 months. The game is quite hard, but it's really fun to play. We see people that are enjoying it a lot. The whole roguelite aspect of the game is embedded inside the cards that you unlock after reaching every level, and we feel that every card really feels really heavy and really impacts gameplay. So yeah, try it out. It's really fun, and we hope you enjoy it.
Oh, an undersea horror game. Jeez, why are you shooting all the sharks? They're being wound up till you did that. Death in the water too, huh? Hmm. Demon Spore, okay.
I won't make any long introductions this time because I want to immediately start to talk about the game of my next guest. The game is called Demon Spore, and the idea behind it is just it's just freaking amazing. So let's get to my next guest, the creator of this game, Edward. Hi Edward, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Like I said, I'm super excited because when I found out about your game and I took a look at what it is, it was like the idea is so simple. You play as a guy who fights the constantly growing tentacle monster, but there's something brilliant in its simplicity. So please tell me, how did you come up with such idea?
Yeah, well, thank you for that. It actually came from a game jam. It was a game jam that I did where the theme was chaos, and it had me thinking about chaos theory and like creating images from geometrical patterns. And I've had this idea of creating this kind of branching pattern, and then I wanted to, add gameplay to that. So I thought, okay, well, what happens if you slice one of these branches off? It could, destroy the rest of the branch, and that was kind of like the core idea that everything started to build on top of. So I started creating this kind of retro shooter, like very abstract graphics, very simple, just these branching patterns that you could slice off. But then as I kind of developed it further and further, I started to make those patterns look kind of smoother and more organic. And then eventually I just thought, well, this thing looks like a monster. Why don't I just make a monster game, Because I've always been a huge fan of 80s monster movies, and I've always wanted to work on like a horror game. So yeah, it evolved basically, and then eventually, I started to work on, adding this theme and this idea of you being inside this lab with this experiment that's basically gone wrong, and you're just trying to get the heck out of there, escape as quickly as possible as you're fighting through this constantly growing mass.
It's a very good example that game jams are just amazing places when you never know what will come up to you then.
Definitely, yeah, you really do. And honestly, this game has grown out of control because it was just something very small and simple to begin with, but it's really evolved over time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it for sure. At the moment, like the stage the game is at, it's quite action-based and quite frenetic, which you can kind of see in the trailer. But what I'm adding at the moment is a lot more interaction into the game in terms of the environment. So, you know, you're just a simple scientist, you're not like Rambo or something. So I want you to be able to, you know, use your brains to kind of form an escape plan and use the environment to your advantage. So, you know, there's going to be all kinds of computers and tools in the lab that you can use to either build weaponry or, create tools that you can use to your advantage. You know, try and set the creature on fire or try and, turn the cooling down in the lab to super cold so the thing grows slower. Also, like, manipulate objects in the environment. The creature is like trying to eat something, so you want to, move that away in case it, eats it and then transforms. So all kinds of interactions really is sort of what I'm working at the moment to make it so that, it isn't actually just shooting. There's a lot more to it as well. And you've really got to use your brains rather than just your brawn, to survive and get out of there.
Kinda looks more action oriented than horror. You're starting to stretch the horror thing. Volunteer, huh? It's interesting.
Oh, there is a thing there. Oh, there is a big boy. What are you? What are you?
Oh, Mashobo.
What are you?
Or Miss Hobo Slayer, sorry. Mashobo. Miss Hobo Slayer.
No! No! Alright. Ah. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's another one. Hello. Woo! Oh! No!
Oh, she is not happy.
Oh my gosh. Alright, can we go in here now? Nope. Oh, I don't like that it takes the gun away. Okay, let's do it again. Creepy boy in a wheelchair. Whoa! Oh! 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 Get off me! Get off me! Ah! Whoa! Oh my gosh, I knew that was there, but I forgot about it.
How wonderful to have you here. Confused, are we?
Wonderful indeed.
Did you expect bountiful fields and hunting grounds? Befuddled by the view of our study halls? Suffice it to say, cultures end, ages go by, but the afterlife is never what the newcomers expect it to be. Do not fret, though, for it is a time of revelry. You are a marvelous sight. 300 years have we studied so that this moment would finally come. You are the first of your kind to visit this place. Every man and woman who walked the earth since the day of the first contact can be found here. And yet, you are unique, a true harbinger of change. You, my dear fellow, are still alive. Soon, more people like you will follow, and this realm will alter, reform forever. That old crone was right after all, the living and the perished coexisting. What a gripping thought. Oh, and one last thing before you go. Forget about high heavens and purgatory. There's only one destination after the dance macabre. Welcome to hell, my dear friend. Welcome to Sellenwald. Rejoice. Wonders will never cease. What a time to be alive, isn't it?
Wild monkey. Monkey. This looks like some Killing Floor ass kind of game. Tower defense-ish. Blood and zombies. Huh.
Wait, so what do I do now? Wait, hold T to start? No, I don't want to start.
Okay.
There's no...
Guys, I gotta...
Oh, you can jump. Oh, shit, fuck. No.
Guys, I've got to stop here. I've just been informed that there's still like another 4 hours of this, and I haven't eaten or anything yet today. And so I'm gonna do the rest of this probably another time, but we're gonna raid somebody who is also watching this. Fellow VTuber, actually. Pretty sure they're live. Yes. we're gonna raid the Orcosaurus, who's watching this as well. I'm sorry, guys. I know I wanted to watch the whole thing, but I thought this was going to be 2 hours, and it's way longer than that. So yeah. But anyways, guys, because I want to be like, if I do this whole thing, I'm gonna have no energy for Yakuza tonight, and I want to do that, and I haven't eaten or anything, so I'm gonna go do that. And I gotta take care of a few other things today too. So, anyways, guys, raid Orcosaurus. If you here's a raid message if you're subbed. If you're not, you can use this one instead. You can find my Discord here because tonight we are doing Toka Tuesday. You can find social medias here and my YouTube channel here. And once again, raid message if you're subbed. If you're not, you can use this one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pause this. This game looks dope. So whatever. I'm gonna have to get back to this at some point. So I'll see you guys tonight for I'll subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight for Yakuza. We might be finishing it tonight. Apparently, that's what I've been told by Eski, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest and get some food in my stomach while I can for that. So but go say hi to Orcosaurus. They look pretty neat. Their VTuber's pretty neat. But yeah. All right, guys. Take care. Comb your hair in a rush. Use a brush. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Eat your teeth. And we'll see you next time on Cheat. And this raid's about to happen. Take care. Bye.
It's like such an out there art style. I don't even know what's going on right now.